you over? You know what I mean? Shoot. I tell you what, if you ask me, the little whore was asking for it.
I did just have a cat a couple weeks ago. No, it went in the show.
Oh, he.
Then he started picking his out of his litter box and dropping him in the middle of the living room floor.
Oh, this is a protest.
It did seem like some sort of action. Cats are,
that's funny.
jerks, basically.
Can be.
Cats are jerks.
Lowell Sanders is here with us.
I'm on the road.
Are you
Now, Lowell,
single?
are you a single man?
Yeah, I left a wife in Detroit.
Oh, okay.
I see how it works.
Police should have found her by now. I'm kidding. They won't find her.
Man, no way. You're that good, aren't you?
Well, Jimmy Schubert is our guest.
I'll tell you something happened to me the other day. I was in this diner getting breakfast, and I'm looking at the menu, and I get a stick on the menu called a protein scramble, and I'm looking at it, and basically it's an egg omelet with chicken meat in it. Which is wrong. I mean, you don't take the eggs out of the chicken and then cook the chicken and put it in the eggs. Okay, that's too much chicken. I don't know who's back there cooking some kind of poultry serial killer, some barnyard strangler. That's an omelet that spans 2 generations.
That's wrong.
That's not breakfast, that's a vendetta. You know? That's like taking your hamburger and dipping it into your milk. You don't do it. It's not kosher. You got to separate some things, you know what I mean?
Comedian David Dugan. Dave Dugan joins us in the studio.
David Dugan.
My formal name.
You sound like a grand wizard. David Dugan, grand wizard.
Stop.
You have a couple young children.
A couple young kids. Raising kids at that age is sort of like being hazed into a fraternity.
Yeah.
There was like a 2-minute time period the other day when I changed a dirty diaper, grounded up fruit chews out of the carpet while chocolate milk was being spilled down my back. Geez, if I could pants myself, I'd be a Fidel right now.
Let's talk to our guest, Tom Foss. Now, do you have any animals?
I got 2 horses, about 15 chickens, dogs, cats.
So you are in the country, yeah?
Yeah, gravel road, one-way gravel road.
Really?
Do you eat the chickens?
No, the eggs.
Ah.
My wife said she'd never kill one of the chickens,
Really?
but she doesn't have any problem scrambling up the kids.
It's the Bob and Tom Show.
My dreams have all come true. It's just me and Ace and Christy and Willie. Yes, sir. Woo. It's the new Bob and Tom Show. Nothing can go wrong now.
That's right.
We're just sailing down the highway.
All right, I'm here.
Oh, Jesus, Mary, and Joe.
Oh, that'd be so funny if we changed the name just to the new Bob and Tom Show.
The new Bob and Tom Show.
And approved.
I hear Pat Godwin, but I don't see him. But
He's in there.
well, thank heaven.
I'm not
for
sure he can hear you. He had to have his ear operated on.
favors.
No, Pat can hear us.
He had it operated on?
No. Worked on, let's say.
Did they drain all that stuff out of there, Pat?
No, they did not.
Ah.
Man.
That's weird. They worked on you and didn't get it all.
Going back today.
That's weird.
What?
Oh, a two-parter.
They put steroid drops in and it didn't work.
Hi, Christy. How are you?
I'm great, Chick. How are you?
Hey there, Wilbur.
Hey, Chicks.
There he is. And there.
Hey, Josh, what happened?
My
Pizza
buddy.
Hut closed.
Oh, my God.
Right off the bat.
Hi, Ace. You know, there's nothing better than when... It used to be when I got mad, but now my favorite new thing is when Josh
Did you forget about the detour?
gets mad.
No, I just a couple minutes late.
It happens.
Woke up thinking about some porn princess. Had to do something about it.
That's right.
Had to take care of a little action. A porn princess.
Now, if you were to chart out your self-love sessions, what kind of hours would we be peaking?
I don't have to say anything. I can just let him go.
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah, he said, no, that's the beauty of Tom. You just have to sit there and kind of act a little irritated, and he just goes.
Have you noticed lately when you'll Google a restaurant and then this thing comes up and it shows you their peak hours?
Yeah.
It's crowded from 11 to 12:30.
Oh, I haven't seen that.
Oh, yeah, sure.
Well, if you guys want to take a look at my masturbation spreadsheets, I could just send that or email that
There
around to
you
you
go.
guys.
That's okay. I don't really need to
I
see
don't
it,
know if you
Willie.
guys are sharp with Excel or not, but
Ironically, it's a spreadsheet. But I'm sorry, Josh.
No, you're
I
fine.
was late too. I had something happen, and I
I don't think anybody would have known I was late if it hadn't.
Oh, Chick opened the show. What's the name of the new show?
The new Bob and Tom Show.
Starring.
Me and Willie and Ace and Christy.
Yep, that's
Here
it.
we go.
Go ahead. What
New and
what do you got?
improved.
New and improved.
Oh, nice.
And we can only use new for how long? We can only use new for 6 months. I think.
There's some what is it? FCC, FDA, FDIC rule, right?
FSLIC. I think.
Okay. What's the savings and loan one? Oh, they're gone, aren't they?
Yeah, they're
Who cashed in on
Savings
that?
and loan, yeah.
Some guy on a boat. And that savings and loan thing, good to me. It screwed a lot of people, but I cashed out.
Oh, yeah. I got mine.
Where were we?
That's the American way.
FDS, what is it again?
That's the feminine hygiene.
Oh, sorry. Well, go ahead with the new show. I'll just watch.
Well, we've got Christy with some news. Christy, what's coming up around the corner?
Oh, wow. We have a whole
You
bunch.
forgot to identify the new show. You've got to identify
we did, but you missed it.
Yeah,
you
you
were
weren't
there.
Yeah, you weren't
Yeah,
here.
Christy
We
does
talked
nudes.
about it and-
Did you mention the Navy Federal Credit Union news desk by name?
Jesus.
No, go ahead, Tom.
You know, our new show doesn't have you in it, so you need to quit
Yes.
talking.
Well,
See, we
your
were
new
pretty
show's
slow
not gonna have any income. I'll explain how commercial radio works.
well, you just start until I start my horoscope. I can't talk today.
Horoscope's hunk.
Yes, my horoscope hug, and then I think everyone's really going to want to listen.
Yeah, live up to that. They'll tune in for Willie's horoscope.
Now, for Josh, do you have a horoscope?
That's right. Yep. She brings me pizzas. I jerk off. She I pay her for sex. It's awesome. That's my life. That is my life. What do you want? I get accosted on the street by people going, "Why aren't you playing with yourself?" I can't live like this anymore.
Do they ask you
I'll
to
be
sing?
driving down the road. He bursts out crying.
Do they ask you to sing any of your songs?
People throw shakes at me.
You broke him, Tom. Are you happy now? He's a broken man.
You are happy. You broke him. You broke him like you broke me.
Yeah.
I'm a person.
People have Josh over to the house. They go, "You want something to drink?" He goes, "Sure." They say, "Cool. How about melted ice cream?" That's what you probably want.
When you prick me, do I not bleed gravy?
Flesh and blood. He's flesh and blood, Tom.
I think I can see it now. When Broadway comes back, Josh Arnold is the Elephant Man. I am a human. I miss doing my Elephant Man impression.
Oh, because of the tenderloin.
Here we go. No,
Yeah,
let me do it.
because
the
you-
state
you know-
fair, the tenderloin, put it on your face. Yeah, I'm not an animal.
No
Well, like
fair.
there are many of us who miss the great fairs this summer. I know I love the state fair. You get the tenderloin, Christy, and then you hold it up to your face. It's all
Yes.
smashed down. I am not an animal.
Well, you know you're going to mess your face up. It's hot. It's out of the deep fryer.
Chick, can you imagine if he came in one morning? He has a big rash on his face, a big burn.
Yeah, what happened?
What happened?
My elephant man hunk.
Yeah, I was doing doing the Elephant Man bit. Finley loved it. Unfortunately, I burned myself.
She cried when I screamed.
It was right out of the fryer.
You know, that would be an interesting category. Comedians who have been hurt doing one of their stunts.
Oh.
Yes.
Because there are a bunch of comics that have oddball things that they
Didn't
do.
Johnny Knoxville get shot with a bean, like a pellet bag or something in the groin or something?
I think the most famous is probably Howie Mandel blowing his eardrum out. He would put that medical glove in his cap and breathe out of his nose, and it would turn it into this funny hat.
That was funny.
I believe he got quite hurt doing that.
Wait a minute. You like the surgical glove on his head?
I love stuff like that.
Of course you do.
I may be a snob about almost everything, but not about comedy. For example, I love Carrot Top. You can counter argue as much as you want. Watch that guy. It's hilarious.
Yeah, makes me laugh.
These comedies. Oh, it's a prop comic. No, he's a guitar comic. Yeah, but he's 10 times funnier than you are doing your political observation that no one cares about. Yeah, the alternative comedy, yes, which is no punchlines. But I think it'd be fun. Comedians injured while they're or comedians who died doing something funny.
Oh yeah, that's an even funnier topic.
There's a couple of those.
Dick
too.
Shawn, right?
Well, he was on stage when he went.
Yeah, he's doing it.
But people didn't know he was dead. They thought it was part of the act.
Boy.
For quite a while. It's happened to a couple guys.
Yeah.
That always
would be
happens.
horrible.
When D.L. Hughley collapsed on stage a couple months ago, people thought it was a joke. People didn't know what to do.
Wow.
It's scary.
Yeah, DL's doing well. That guy is hilarious.
Yes.
He's the best.
And so anyway, we have a lot to get to today here in the Bob and Tom program. The all-new Bob and Tom program starring Chick McGee. Who else was in the building at the time?
You know what? You know what? You can come. You're Bob and Tom emeritus. You can come back every now and then. Let's say a Wednesday, and you could be on the show.
I prefer the title of counsel.
Okay, we can have you of counsel. Tom Griswold of counsel.
Yeah, I think that's slightly more pretentious than emeritus.
Okay, all right. Emeritus is Latin and the whole thing.
All right, then that's true.
Oh, if you could be both, that would be awesome.
Emeritus of counsel.
Yeah.
Wow, that's important.
Yeah, I do like the sound of that. Now,
are we going to get a picture of you and put it up in the studio and put our founder on the bottom?
I don't know why we wouldn't.
That would be great.
Yeah, but I got to dress up like it's 1854.
Well, we should. What am I saying? Somebody Photoshopped that to me with the big sideburns on Tom. I'm thinking his hand.
We've got that picture. Which president that they pasted the sideburns on?
Hopefully Martin Van Buren. He's got the big.
I think that was who it was, I think. And
I think you're right.
It was sad. I looked just like him.
Yeah, Marty.
Scary.
Marty, the one-man party, Van Buren.
Yeah, that looks like Martin never had sex Van Buren.
Yeah.
Oh, no, he was getting it back then, I think.
Oh,
I think those sideburns, he just used those to wipe his hands off.
A girl just riding those sideburns?
Wait a second.
I like that.
I like Willie's concept.
Yeah.
So he grew the sideburns so he could get the juice off his hands?
That's right, yeah. He was Marty, the one-man party Van Buren. What are you asking me for?
That's right.
I wish I could tell the true story about my
Marty Jaws
you
Van
can't.
Buren.
Marty Jaws Van Buren. That's what they called him.
Ride that jaw. Ride it.
I can't tell the story about my friend wiping the
No,
juices.
you can't.
About my friend wiping the juices on the bottom of the cigarette.
Yeah,
There you go. That's exactly
See?
right. Good old Lance.
Good old Lance.
One of my favorite stories. All true. Menthols.
I don't understand the story, for starters. And secondly, I know many men of color who participate in that activity and enjoy it quite much. Very much. Quite much. Very much.
No. It was about cigarette smoking.
Yes,
Yeah, we know.
Okay. Well,
yes.
no need to not tell the story.
And juices.
I don't know the story.
It involved why Lance opened his cigarettes from the bottom. It's a very interesting story. That's a cultural thing.
He didn't want a certain flavor on his cigarettes.
Let's. I would think some proper hand washing would have.
Gee, I don't even think we have to explain the story.
Oh, I know.
Let's give me the teasers over there, Christy Lee, at the Navy Federal Credit Union news desk.
Want, Christy.
Do whatever I want?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, we have an update on the woman who peed on her husband on the boat. We solved the mystery behind body odor, in case you were worried about that this morning.
Okay.
And we have a turtle rescue in the news. And boy, I don't know if you saw this, but they're partying in Wuhan now.
I saw that.
I did see that. I didn't think Wuhan's were pool partiers, but I guess they are.
I saw their big mission accomplished banner.
Yeah.
and there was like 15,000 people at a water park.
Yep.
First of all, I must say that looked like a really cool, fun water park.
It was way too crowded.
At first, I saw the clip and I was like, how could they be doing this? These people are so selfish. And in a week, I'd be like, this looks fun. I'm flying to Wuhan.
Yeah.
Let's start dancing.
And they've got it down to zero.
Bull.
Well, that's what they're saying. I think they executed a lot of people. Oh, wait a minute, fever.
Oh, boy.
I'm just guessing. Never been there.
Be careful.
Just guessing.
Let's hope that method doesn't reach someone's ears here.
How things are going. Okay, we apparently have my Martin Van Buren shot on Twitter.
Okay.
So now you want to have a thing that below it that says our founder.
Yeah, the classic picture.
1854 or whatever.
Our founder.
Do some research, get a date on that. Coming up, we have marijuana news, recycling news.
Huh.
There's a huge thing. Did you know this thing about cardboard?
Yeah.
I did not know. Cardboard apparently becoming
Wait a minute. I was looking at you as Martin Van Buren. There's a big thing coming up in news about cardboard, and we're looking forward to it?
Well,
think about it. Think about since this started, how much more stuff you're not getting at brick and mortar places.
There are videos where people are making items out of cardboard.
Oh, really? Like what?
Like the Terminator robot bust. This guy made it out of cardboard, spray painted it gray.
Looks pretty good.
Put the red lights in his eyes. It looks really great.
It's fun.
Yeah, cool.
We've been making forts. And my 4-year-old made the best pair of binoculars you've ever seen out of 2 toilet paper cardboard centers.
Oh, wow.
Oh, those were, and they work great.
Sure, yeah.
Well, they tape them together, and she holds them up to her face.
I didn't say she was Thomas Alva Edison.
You're making
she's
it sound
4.
like she's Bausch and Lomb.
I'm with Chick here. That's nothing impressive, okay?
No, but it's sweet.
It is very sweet.
It's because when they take them and they think that they work.
I love that.
That is just so great. I mean, taking stuff that doesn't work and pretending that it works. It's
unique.
It's like you're the My Pillow guy.
You need another baby. That one's getting too big to cuddle.
Sports coming up. It's too hot for Gronkowski. It's too hot. He's hot.
Oh, we'll hear about
and
that.
It's a huge, giant, magnificent day in the history in sports coming up.
Really?
Right. Yep. Okay. Troubling news for companies who utilize VPN for employees working from home. Over 900 VPN servers at a large enterprise were hacked. We keep hearing about these massive hacks, and it often involves companies that we've used a credit card with, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. This is where LifeLock comes in. There are people out there that have a lot of free time right now that are sitting around in lots of different countries, both men and women, boys and girls who would love to get your identity, and then, I think I'll go borrow a car or buy a car or steal their, let's see, what can I steal? Oh, how about their tax refund? Lots of stuff going on out there in the world of identity theft. That's where LifeLock comes in. They can protect you from a bunch of stuff going on out there. For example, your Social Security number is probably for sale right now on the dark web, and they're going cheap. With LifeLock, they can detect information that's potentially compromised that could hurt you. I just dealt with LifeLock last week, and I was amazed at how courteous and well-informed the woman I dealt with was, and we solved the problem in about 20, 30 minutes. But thank you very much, LifeLock. And it's really cheap, and it's easy to do. You can sign up by going to LifeLock.com. If you use the promo code TOM25, you get 25% off your first year. So LifeLock's watching all those numbers you've got out there and helping you out. No one can prevent all identity theft or monitor transactions at all businesses, but LifeLock can see threats you might miss on your own. Once again, not very expensive, and you can save 25% off your first year. Use the promo code TOM25. By the way, if your identity is stolen, they have professionals who, as I found out, are very courteous and well-informed that can help you sort it all out. 1-800-LifeLock. Or just head to LifeLock.com. Once again, the promo code TOM25 saves you 25% off your first year, and you'll be astonished at how inexpensive it is. Have someone watching all those numbers you've pumped into your computer and your cell phone, et cetera, et cetera. Also, coming up today, some spectacular stuff in the news involving possibly my favorite name in the history of this show.
Oh, no kidding.
Yes.
Okay, and we have a windbag letter to end all windbag letters.
There you go.
So we have a new president?
Apparently.
Finally happened.
Okay, we'll look forward to that. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Bob and Tom 24/7. Not on air, online, all the time.
Bob and Tom 24/7. Hey, Mark Allison here with you. It is Wednesday, August 19th, 2020. Hope you're having a great hump day today. Allie Breen coming up from New York City. We'll be dealing with relationships. Allie gets letters from our listeners, and then we try to solve those relationship issues. Allie Breen coming up later this morning right here on Bob and Tom 24/7.
Hi, everybody. Christy Lee from the Navy Federal Credit Union Entertainment News Desk. Some U.S. moviegoers will be able to see Christopher Nolan's Tenet a few days early. Warner Brothers announced it would be offering early access screenings starting August 31st as a gesture of support to many domestic theaters that are reopening after 5 months of being closed due to COVID-19. The $200 million spy thriller starring John David Washington will open more widely in the U.S. on September 3rd. Tenet is the first major new Hollywood movie to be released in theaters since most locations shuttered in mid-March. Britney Spears says in court documents she's strongly opposed to having her father return as conservator of her person, which gave him control over her major life decisions for most of the past 12 years. The documents were filed yesterday, and it says Spears asked Jody Montgomery permanently take over that role, which Montgomery has served on a temporary basis. Britney's father, James Spears, will keep his separate role as conservator over her finances. And the American Jazz Museum in Kansas City, Missouri will hold an outdoor sax salute to Charlie Parker Saturday to celebrate the 100th anniversary of his birth. Musicians are encouraged to join students from the museum's Bird Boot Camp in the salute, which will be outdoors, but social distancing is encouraged. And that's your news. I'm Christy Lee. More of the Bob and Tom Show coming up.
Ladies and gentlemen, Bob and Tom.
It's the All Request Show with Jimmy Pardo, and it's coming up.
Yeah, this Friday.
Have you been back on stage at all?
No, I have not been on stage doing standing-up comedy since February 2nd.
I'm not trying to be mean when I ask this. Have you done your show, your act, just for like a mirror, just to keep it in your head?
No. This Friday thing's going to be a disaster.
Bob and Tom in the morning, and highlights all day long.
The Bob and Tom Show, weekday mornings at 6 a.m. Eastern on Bob and Tom 24/7.
Hey, everybody, this is Jimmy Pardo. You recognize my voice from the show and my face from television. You are listening to Bob and Tom 24/7.
Oh, Monsieur Le Kiki is a very fine cat with a small little head and a little party hat, and he sits very quietly upon the TV set. Monsieur Le Kiki Le Cat. Oh, he ate a robin, he ate a wren, and he ate a tufted titmouse and then a wren again. He is stuffed with feathers like he was then. Oh, Monsieur Le Kiki Le Cat. Long before there was cable TV, the reception of the aerial was bad on Channel 3. Unless the cat coincidentally sat upon the television. Oh, the years went by, and his soul it did depart, but now he is a knick-knack through the taxidermist art. With a tinfoil flag on his tail eternally. The reception is exceptional upon Channel 3. 'Cause Monsieur Le Kiki is a very fine cat with a small little head and a little party hat, and he sits very quietly upon the TV set. Oh, Monsieur Le Kiki Le Cat.
That was deep, man. Hi, this is Augie Smith. You're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7.
Sean Morey is here with us. Sean, nice to see you.
I get annoyed by certain things. People who use the word friggin'.
Friggin'?
What the hell is that? Make a stand. Either say the F word or say golly gosh darn. What does friggin' mean anyway? I'm almost mad enough to cuss. Don't push me. I'll say friggin'. I don't give a shooby dooby. I heard a funny word the other day. Cripes.
Cripes?
Some guy said, for cripe's sake. Who would that be? Jesus Cripes? The son of Gosh?
I can't think about the big picture. It's just hard, don't you think, to be human right now? I mean, we got stresses and pressures. I've got suicide bombers and gingivitis. Something's going to
Something's going to get me.
It is. What do you, I mean, I do the best I can. I floss twice a day and spy on my neighbor because that's what they said. That's what they said.
To do that.
Keep your eyes open. Let us know if you see something fishy.
That's right.
What they said. And I don't know. You think that's going to work? There was a lady in Florida that gave birth and didn't know she was pregnant.
Yeah.
622 at Q95. It's the Bob and Tom Show.
Christy Lee has our forecast.
Q95, Fox 59 weather. Beautiful day today. Plenty of sunshine. High 80. Clear tonight down to 60. Sunny and 82 tomorrow. Clear skies. 59 right now.
There we go. Thank you very much. I'll be listening for your shot at some serious cash coming up today on Q95 throughout the day, including on the Bob and Tom program. So pay attention for some money. This is the Bob and Tom Show. We're back. Thanks very much. Or as Chip would call it, the...
Huh? How about you? Oh, no. What? Oh, the new Bob and Tom Show.
Starring...
Chick McGee and Willie Griswold and Christy Lee and Ace Cosby.
And what about Godwin? And what about Josh? What about me?
We meant to meet with you. You guys are out.
We're out.
Yeah, right. You're out.
We're done.
Featuring.
Oh,
Okay.
featuring.
Okay.
I think Josh is on Tuesdays. You got Wednesdays. And
Wednesdays are
Pat's going back on the roads, what I heard.
Wednesday, I'm busy.
Wednesdays are bad for you?
Yeah, I'm always...
So long as you know, I will not go quietly.
I'm going to raise quite a stink.
The last guy that said that, they found him dead in the park. So.
Oh, man.
Whoa.
Oh, it's the season. Let's see, where was I? Oh, Christy Lee is in the Navy Federal Credit Union newsroom.
Yes, sir.
Josh is in the IHateStevenSinger.com sidekick chair.
That's right.
Willie G's in the glass booth over there in the other building, being fed in here via closed circuit TV. It's Pat Godwin.
Can you hear Pat?
Ace, Chick.
Not really.
We're all here. Oh, this is Tom speaking. Now, Pat, what's wrong with your ear?
Just got all blocked up, swimmer's ear, kind of.
Oh, man.
A little
man.
perforation.
So you went yesterday and they looked at it and said, you got to come back and we'll do something?
Yeah, it's not better at all. I
Can't
go
they
back
put
today.
a tube in there and just suck it all out?
Yeah.
I don't know what they can do. They haven't done it, I'll tell you that.
There's some sort of fee splitting going on that you have to come back for a second day. I don't.
Can't you just hang upside down?
I don't get that
for a while.
No, I see
sleep
the
like a bat.
specialist today, yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, get that figured out. That's got to be uncomfortable, huh?
Yeah, it's really annoying.
So,
No.
Oh, okay, just annoying.
Yeah.
You just can't
I can't hear, yeah.
Okay, sorry. I'm sorry to hear that.
What?
Well, if you're ever...
It's getting worse, Chip.
Let us know. You're right back. $1,000.
I was. This is, and I'm not. I am going to mention this, and I'm not intending this to be funny at all. A friend of mine who has been deaf for a long time has he had what's it called, the cochlear ear implant,
cochlear,
cochlear, whatever. Yeah. And I ran into him yesterday, and we were talking, and he was kind of joking around, going, "It's fun not having to read your lips now," because he was obviously still is a lip reader, but. He was telling me when I saw him about a year ago that when they first put it in, at least in his experience, you can't really hear music. It takes a while for your brain to make the transition.
Really?
I've heard stuff like that because you're so unfamiliar with it.
So now he's starting to be able to hear music.
Wow.
So I asked him, well, what do you like? What kind of music do you and he was saying, interestingly enough, he's a big fan of the TV show Ozark. So while watching, he'll write down the songs that they're playing.
Oh, cool.
Because I guess in the closed captioning they tell you, apparently. I don't know.
Well, I hope you told him about the Bay City Rollers, because music begins and ends with BCR. There you go.
But it was really interesting. He said he had trouble understanding Bruce Springsteen lyrics.
Well,
we
who have heard all our lives have trouble with that.
But he was able to hear John Mayer. And he'll follow the lyrics on, he'll Google them. And John Mellencamp were two of his favorites because he could understand what they were saying. But it's what a fascinating thing. But can you imagine if you'd never heard all this stuff and suddenly you're a man of a certain age and they go, by the way, here's Eric Clapton, here, whatever you're into.
My goodness, yeah.
Really SATURDAY. Night.
It'll be. I just think it's going to be interesting as he develops this. I'm sure people know a lot more about this than just I do. From
I'm sure you told him about the Beatles.
It'll be. Is he gonna kind of have like a dated reference thing? Like if he's just getting into John Mellencamp, is he gonna walk up and be like, "Hey, it's summertime. I was just sucking down a chili dog outside the Tasty Freeze. You know,
Who says that?
classic summertime stuff.
It's just so interesting. Because I would think, not knowing the dynamics or whatever it is sound-wise, that Springsteen would be somewhat similar to John. But he says he has trouble understanding it when there's a lot of stuff going on.
Okay.
When there's a lot of clanging and a lot of drum. Anyway,
It really is interesting.
That is.
so I look forward to talking to him.
Springsteen is clang heavy. I think there's a lot going on
Absolutely.
behind.
A lot of bells and whistles.
Yeah.
Well, there's just so many people in the band. It's like a 30-person band.
E Street Band, best band in the world. If you ask me, they're fantastic.
No one asked.
All terrific musicians.
Now, we at this time, normally in our show, we do sports, but
What's happening?
did an online survey, and they thought this one was the chat.
Oh, so now we got to do the...
Wait a minute. So wait a minute. The question was, which do you prefer on the Bob and Tom
Random
show?
chat.
Chick Sportscast or Random Chat?
Yeah, right.
And Random Chat beat me?
Random Chat may as well have said anything else.
92 to 3, and there were a handful that abstained.
Well, we got playoffs.
No, but I thought we had the. Are we going to save this windbag letter?
Oh, well, I mean, we can share it whenever you want, but I'm telling you, it's the windbag letter to end all windbags.
So we have to do the whole thing with the intro.
Baby.
Here we go.
Why you gotta be such a windbag?
Where do you get the name of this particular windbag? Conan Crocker. How about that? Yeah.
Sounds like a law firm.
I like to think
Have you been injured in an accident?
Yes.
Oh, call Conan Crocker.
It does. I like to think he goes by Conan.
Conan.
Yeah,
Conan the
All
Crocker.
Right. He says he's been listening to our, quote, show for a while now, and I can no longer refrain from saying something. For a long time now, you have been using the term windbag to refer to someone who haughtily and pompously speaks up to correct the misuse of a word or phrase.
Yeah.
While I can do nothing but sympathize with you for attempting to label your betters in terms you can understand, windbag is technically incorrect.
Oh.
A windbag is someone who goes on and on about nothing in particular. Or, according to Merriam-Webster, an exhaustively talkative person, not necessarily with correct or helpful information, in other words. The word I believe you were looking for is blowhard. This is someone who is an arrogantly and pompously boastful or opinionated person, which I believe fits your little, quote, running joke, end quote, a little more accurately. He signs it by saying, keep trying, guys. Conan Crocker.
I like that.
You gotta be such a windbag.
I think he might be right.
I think he might be right. And, I mean, certainly there are windbags who we're all guilty of. We go on and on about nothing. And, But, yeah, so this should be framed, perhaps.
Now, are we going to have to get our house band to redo the song?
Why you gotta be such a blowhard?
Yeah, I'm afraid the T-shirts are in production, so Conan, you're SOL. But thank you for the correction. Yeah, we have to frame that. Save that letter. He's the new president of the Junior Windbag Society. He probably won't wear the shirt unless he can cross it out and write blowhard and Sharpie. Now, we have a lot going on today. Some very interesting stuff, including an update on the woman who urinated on her husband while he was asleep down below deck.
Oh man! Yeah, the cops. So he apparently called the cops. Do we know more about? Oh,
yeah, we have an update.
Okay,
they were in a cabin cruiser off the coast of Florida, 10 miles out to sea or something, and
so this still counts as Florida, though, right?
Yeah,
Florida man, Florida woman. Yeah.
I guess she went up on the deck of the cabin cruiser, opened the hatch, and he was down below sleeping, and she let it rip.
Oh man!
Oh, it's a great story. So we'll catch up with that coming up. But first, apparently we have Gronk in Florida.
Yeah, I'm not going to talk about that. I don't like that guy. Number one seeds were NBA playoffs. Number one seeds were losers in their opening game of the NBA playoffs. Yeah. That's right. Orlando Magic beat the Bucks 122-110, and the Trailblazers 193 over the Los Angeles Lakers.
Well, Orlando had home court advantage.
By the way, not to be too fine a point on this, Willie, did you read that article about the home court advantage is actually a real thing, even down there.
In the bubble? Is it because of the fans they have piped in? Or?
Yeah, they attribute there. Apparently, there's a statistical.
Well, how could they?
Well, who's got the home court advantage?
There's no crowd.
Every game they designate one team the home team, even though they're obviously in neutral territory.
Yeah.
And apparently, at least this was
Are
true.
they behind glass or something?
This was true last
video screen.
This was true last week. I don't know if it remains true, but the home teams were winning more often, which is amazingly humorous.
Unexplainable.
Wow. And I wonder if there's like a mental thing of Florida, because both the Florida teams won, Miami and Orlando. And I wonder if there's a mental thing of like knowing that your family is within a 3-hour drive or whatever it is.
Maybe.
I don't know. But I don't know.
Yeah, who knows?
There's some cool stuff going on. And again, congratulations to the NBA, not just for having the bubble work, but for their work with getting this new test that apparently is extremely accurate, will be very inexpensive.
With a hawker.
And you just spit into the thing. So we're looking forward to that.
That's cool.
The Heat beat the Pacers 113-101. Rockets over the Thunder 123-108. NHL, Vegas Golden Knights close out their NHL first round series.
That was quick.
5 games against the Stars.
Seriously, yeah.
And the 3-2 lead there in their series with Calgary. And let's see.
Josh, have you ever suited up?
The Flyers.
No, not
full skates, hockey sweater, stick.
Skates and sweater, I think, was about it. And then I was wearing jeans. Yeah.
Oh, that's a hot look. You pick up the chicks with that, man. The jeans.
And there goes Kevin Smith.
Hockey shirt. Yeah, it's Kevin Smith. Oh. Hey. Where's Ted? What's it? Silent Bob and Ted? What is it?
Jay.
Yeah.
You're thinking of Bill and Ted's.
Bob and Ted.
Wait a minute. No, I'm losing my place.
That's right.
By the way, our letter from, is it Conan?
Conan Crocker.
Or Conan, depending. Yeah.
So he's saying that we really aren't highlighting the windbags that we are. We are technically blowhards.
Yeah, he blowharded the windbag.
He's mostly saying that the people that we attribute the phrase windbag to they're actually blowhards.
He's actually correct.
Sure.
No, so is he a blowhard or a windbag?
In this case, he would be a blowhard because he was providing information.
Right.
When did we start worrying about what's correct on this show?
That's why we have the blowhards.
Exactly.
So he's blowharded our windbag concept.
He has, yeah. Now, we will
Is there a porno movie called Windbag or Blowhard? I'm guessing if I had to vote.
There's Blowhard 2, Blow Harder, and then part 3 was Blowhard with a Vengeance.
They did a weird spin-off, kind of a TV show called Blowhard MD. That didn't work well.
Remember that? What happened to the days when they took a popular movie and made it a TV show?
They're doing the opposite now.
Remember the National Lampoon, the Animal House? They made it a TV show.
Yeah, Ferris Bueller was a show.
Yeah.
Do you happen to remember the short-lived, or maybe you discussed this with him, Uncle Buck TV show starring Kevin Meaney.
Kevin Meaney.
They did that?
Yeah.
I would have loved that.
Yeah.
I loved it. It lasted maybe 6 episodes.
We could do a whole show about shows that didn't last long. There was a show called Buffalo Bill with Dabney Coleman.
I think there's a pilot channel out there that you can watch all these canceled shows and pilot seasons.
Seriously?
That is fascinating.
Yeah, the John Mulaney show, Mulaney, that was a 6-episode sitcom. I liked that.
I would say for good reason. That was a tough.
Oh, you didn't like it?
The people involved. It should have been way better than it was.
Oh, no, sure, yeah. I mean, it was Lorne Michaels and John Mulaney. Should have been
Martin
great.
Short. And
Well, we have once again strayed from sports, which is to my delight, I might point out.
Chick, I don't know how you can't be insulted by that, quite honestly.
I really only hear about half the show anymore. So, hey, Rob Gronkowski says, now see if you're as irritated by this story as I am.
Okay.
Rob Gronkowski, NFL player, Super Bowl champion.
Sure. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
He's been having a hard time adjusting to the Florida heat.
Of course he has. It's hotter than hell there. Could be worse. He could be in Death Valley.
Following padded practices this week, Buccaneers head coach Bruce Arians said Gronk is probably in New England shape right now. He's not in Florida shape. He added the Heat's kicking his ass pretty good. I don't think he's ever sweat this much in his life. Gronkowski still has a few weeks to acclimate before the Buccaneers play any games. Hopefully, cross our fingers, they will play games.
It's hot.
Didn't he play college ball at University of Arizona?
Yeah, that's hot.
He played at U of A.
Yes, he did.
But that's
a different heat.
No humidity.
Yeah, it's a dry heat.
Yeah.
I know that's
It's
an old
still
person.
hot.
Of course, so's a pizza oven.
You know,
Right.
though, in Florida,
I mean, it's hot when it's right now. It's what is it? Is it 130 in?
not to defend
130 in Death Valley, yes.
but there is a special Florida heat that's stupid.
Yeah.
Right, yeah.
Humidity is
You
like 100%.
Yeah.
I know very well.
Bugs flying around.
So, it was 115 in Napa Valley yesterday.
Ew.
Oh my
Yeah.
God, the wine. What happened to the wine?
Cover the grapes.
How's the terroir?
This isn't a full pour.
So Gronk is quoted here saying, "Gronk hot."
Oh, God.
Gronk crying from all parts of body.
Remember?
No, Gronk. That's
When
fine.
Josh first started, he played Christie's boyfriend?
Yes.
Was it Gronk? What was
No,
it?
it was
Brock.
Brock, yes.
Yes, Brock.
Remember this,
Yeah.
Tom?
No, they said switch it over to Gronk.
Yeah, we could, because, Brock passed away, yeah.
What?
Steroid
This is the first
poisoning.
time hearing of this.
Oh, it was steroids?
Steroids.
Oh,
Oh, I
poor
heard
Brock.
he choked to death.
What did he choke on?
Meat. He was eating some meat.
Yeah, he doesn't use a knife or fork.
So it'll be pretty exciting. How soon? When is the NFL going to kick off?
What is it? September 9th, I think? 8th? Something like Thursday? Yeah.
Who's
Hopefully. Fingers
Tom
crossed.
Brady's first opponent? Do you know?
I don't know. Not off the top
Look
of
it
my
up.
head.
Did you see the story where Arian was saying that Tom Brady gets cussed out as much as any other player on the team?
I saw that. Bruce Arians is a cool guy.
Bruce, there's not an NFL player who's above Bruce cussing at him.
Right, yeah. He
So-
said Brady takes some abuse, too.
More sports coming up, including a world record and unbelievable today in sports history coming up. Everybody's going to be happy about this.
Yeah, though. I think I know where you're going with this. I'm very excited.
Just for you, buddy.
Right now, I want you to, I'm going to urge you to get the parts you need for your truck or your car from your locally owned Napa. You can order online now. This is a cool thing, and pick up curbside at your local Napa store in just 30 minutes. Or you can get your order delivered right to your door with free one-day shipping on over 160,000 parts when you spend $35 or more from our friends at Napa. Quality parts delivered quickly and safely. That is Napa know-how. At participating stores, standard ground shipping and exclusions apply. So go visit our friends at Napa and get the stuff you need for your car or your truck. Keep it running. That's very important in these weird times we are living in. Get some Napa know-how. When we come back, we have something.
World records.
World records. Okay.
Today
and
in sports history.
later on in the show, we have body odor. The essence of BO has been discovered by scientists.
Well, let's get rid of it then.
Well, that is conceivable, actually, coming up. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Keep us with you at all times. Get the Bob and Tom app now at your app store. State law.
Hey, this is Larry the Cable Guy, and you're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7. Boy, better get up, get some exercise.
Hope you were able to join us on Tuesday's Bob and Tom Show with our outhouse band, Duke Tomato and the Power Trio. They brought the thunder, they brought the noise, and it was a lot of fun. They actually were on the front porch due to local weather conditions. However, it was great fun, and they socially distanced themselves outside as good musicians should. So we hope you caught that. Thanks to Duke Tomato for stopping by. Live music yesterday on Bob and Tom 24/7. Coming up this morning, our resident geek Jessica Alsman and our comedian relationship expert Allie Breen zooming in from New York City about relationships coming up later this morning right here on Bob and Tom 24/7.
I'm Chick McGee with your Bob and Tom Sports Update. The number one seeds, losers in their opening games, the NBA playoffs. Orlando Magic beat the Bucks 122-110. Trailblazers 100. The Lakers 93. Also, Miami Heat 113-101 win over the Indiana Pacers. And the Rockets rolled to beat the Thunder 123-108. NHL winners last night in the playoffs, Philly, Dallas, Washington, and Vegas. And Major League Baseball interleague action, Houston over Colorado, San Francisco beat the Dodgers, San Diego beat Texas, Arizona, Cleveland, Philly, and Minnesota all winning. American League winners, Tampa Bay, the White Sox, and Toronto. National League winners, the Mets, Washington, and the Chicago Cubs. I'm Chick McGee, and that's your Bob and Tom Sports Update.
Ladies and gentlemen, Bob and Tom.
Landmarks from around the world.
Oh, good. Okay.
The Colosseum in Rome, right?
Sure.
They estimate about 500,000 people died in the Colosseum Games. And that's just one soccer game.
Ooh.
Hooligans. Out of hand there sometimes. Athens, of course, has the Parthenon. You guys referenced this when I called recently. There's a full-scale replica of the Parthenon in Nashville.
Yep.
If there's one thing the ancient Greeks loved, it's country music.
Bob and Tom in the morning and highlights all day long.
The Bob and Tom Show, weekday mornings at 6 a.m. Eastern on Bob and Tom 24/7.
Bob and Tom.
5,
4, 3, 2, 1.
They put the F in professional.
It's the most outrageous video ever because it features real girls. And not just any real girls, but real girls on video going, woo! Oh, yeah. Just the way you love them. Real girls on video going, woo! All kinds of real girls on video going, woo! All across America. Real girls on video going, features real girls. And each copy of Real Girls on Video Going features a group of loser drunk guys going, that's right. You get Real Girls on Video Going and loser drunk guys going. And hey, act now and you'll receive at half price Real Girls on Video Going. That's Real Girls on Video Going. And the bonus tape, Real Girls on Video Going, and the drunk loser guys going. But wait, order now, and Frigolol Video will throw in Real Girls on Video Going, and that's Real Girls on Video Going, Real Girls on Video Going, and Real Girls on Video Going, and all complete with loser drunk guys going. Order now.
Hey, folks. Boom. It's me. And you're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7. That's 24 days and 27 days a week and 24 like the show with the guy who whispers all the time and saves the world. And Bob and Tom 24/7. Hey, it won't blow up the world.
Here's one of the fattest things I've ever done.
I ate a pie in a car.
By myself. The apple pie that we had, it was so thick and beautiful. I just ate it like a piece of pizza.
Wait a minute. So you ate a pie by cutting it into triangular pieces and eating it one by one?
Like a
what a weirdo!
Like a pizza. No, like without a fork is what I meant. You pick it up and you eat it like a piece of pizza. You dick.
I actually have a sexual fantasy associated with the earthquake.
Go.
All right, woke chick up. In my fantasy, I'm making love to this woman.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, she feels the earth move beneath her.
Ah, yes.
And then she rolls over on top of me and shields me from debris. Safety first, everybody. Safety first.
Comedian Steve Altman.
It's the
Hey, 6:45 at Q95. It's the Bob and Tom Show.
Thank you very much. An update once again on the weather, Christy Lee.
Oh, great. Sunshine, 80, clear down to 60 overnight. Sunny, 82 tomorrow.
It was gorgeous yesterday afternoon.
Yes.
Man, oh, man, low humidity.
Yeah, the only time it rained is when we had Duke out on the porch.
Yeah.
Poor guys. What are the odds of that, huh?
I want to thank Eddie Hazel again. He was here all night long, moving everything up onto that porch.
Doing his job.
Yeah.
Handsomely paid for it.
Just phoning it in, Chick. Thank you, Eddie.
You never thank me like that. You never thank Josh like that. You never. You know what, you piece.
Welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. Thanks very much for joining us. Let's see now. Where are we? The big room. Ace Cosby, Chick McGee. This is Tom. That's Josh Arnold. Josh has his own special chair. Happens to be the IHateStevenSinger.com sidekick chair. Because Steven Singer says, hey, it's jewelry time. Hey, look, I can see what's happening in the world.
It's always
when this is all over, you get her a bracelet, think good things are going to happen.
Yeah.
You get him a little something, think good things are going to happen, ladies. IHateStevenSinger.com. Christy Lee, of course, is in the Navy Federal Credit Union newsroom where her money is happy.
That's right.
Or her money's not in the newsroom.
No, it's in the Navy Federal Credit Union account where it's happy.
Now, the room itself appears to has become some kind of a storage locker.
It's always been a storage locker. What would you like? This place
is the size of a large factory. Couldn't we store the stuff somewhere else?
I guess
I think
not.
all of our storage rooms are, they're taken.
My old office is now a storage room.
Yeah, I know it.
We should do a fire sale. They've got like 40 desks that they don't
Fire sale, hell, I'm going to do what Godwin does and take a rolling chair back there and load it up and taking my car and drive off into the night.
You have a new office back there?
No, the old office we used to have way back there, the one where Chick tampered with the television.
Oh, yeah. Way back.
That nice big room that actually has windows that open onto the woods. It's very, very nice.
Do those windows open?
No, he meant that
you can see
you
out.
can see out. Remember, we used to have our foxes back there?
Mm-hmm.
Little baby foxes.
Remember the days before?
That's where Christy and I watched the video of the lady and
let's not
blowing candles out without her mouth. It was amazing.
Like snap her fingers.
It was quite the act.
Did she cut?
Shooting ping pong balls.
Excuse me. We're not going to discuss that.
Jergens hand lotion.
Lotion in the air, Tom. Lotion in the air.
It was like the Bellagio.
It was like the fountains at the Bellagio.
Lotion in the air.
It was
lotion in the air.
It was so amazing. You almost were. You couldn't really. It's filthy. It's pornography. But it was so. It was an amazing physical feat.
The crowd were like.
Was the word
couples?
Was the word? Stunt in the title anywhere?
Yeah,
I might have.
See David Rush do any of those things.
Yeah, let's see him.
Fortunately, he has the taste not to. Let's see. Where was I? Oh, I know. No, the windows don't open back there. Why would you put a building with windows that open in our
We had a door. Remember, we could walk right outside. Right by the
but I mean, it would have been nice if the office windows opened. It's a current little pet peeve of mine.
You just want to pop out a wall. I know you, bud. That's all you want.
It's reasonable to have windows that open. Sorry.
How much time would you spend in front of an open window if they opened in this building?
Fresh air right now, a lot. I don't know if you've been doing any reading.
No. You can't open the air while we're window while we're on the air. What about a bird flies in? We got chaos.
Yeah, that'd be fun. We could do a bird hunk.
We have screens, and we would. Thank you, Billy. We would do a bird hunk.
Yeah, we'd make it work.
There's a bird party at my house every day.
Look at that. We've got a cardinal right here in the studio.
Hey, Frank Sinatra, what do you think of that? That's
Egrets, we got
I've had a few.
Right.
Boom, Cardinals. I've had a few. Too few.
Next thing we know, it's the 10:02.
Now it's
next thing you know, it's 9:30.
We have promised that we would get to today in sports history
and a world record. Yes, I'm poised.
Go ahead.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm now for today in sports history, featuring sportscaster of the year.
Oh my!
Oh, we have a guest.
And all around
good guy,
benevolent, good guy,
super handsome,
charity driven. Oh, gorgeous man.
He looks good.
Oh, so Tom Brady's here.
Chick McGee, thank you, Chick, thank you.
Did you hear it's so hot down in Florida?
How hot is it?
Where Tampa Bay is practicing right now. It's so hot that Ron Gronkowski's sack is actually sticking to Tom Brady's leg.
Oh wow, that's hot.
That's heat.
Oh. Yeah, that is
some heat.
That's some humidity.
On this day in 1951,
right?
Eddie Goodell entered the second half of the doubleheader between the Cleveland Browns, and the Detroit Tigers in the bottom of the first inning as a pinch hitter, or St. Louis Browns, I'm sorry.
Thank you.
For pinch hitter for leadoff batter Frank Saucier. Eddie Goodell was the famous little person hired by Bill Veeck as a stunt to be a Major League Baseball player for one at bat. He wore the number 1/8
No, he didn't.
Yes, he did.
It's all true.
Yes, he did.
1/8.
1/8.
Bill Veeck has a great book called Veeck, as in wreck, W-R.
Speaking of stunts, this was a stunt.
And he was, if memory serves, he was a World War II veteran, and he had a wooden leg. I'm not making any of this up. And he was a chain smoker, and he would build ashtrays into his wooden legs. Totally serious. I know this sounds
unbelievable.
Yeah, that's cool.
That's amazing.
And he was he loved stunts. He famously led a sort of ad hoc orchestra onto the field to open up a season, and he played the peg-legged flute player and whatever, something like that.
Weird.
I read that book.
That is weird.
I read his book, I don't know, God, years ago.
So he did promotions for the St. Louis Browns? Is what
St.
you're
Louis
saying?
Browns, and he worked for the White Sox. I think he owned the White Sox there for a little bit, or maybe just the manager.
But a very, very colorful figure.
As Eddie Goodell, the little person, wearing 1/8, arrived at the plate immediately. Umpire Ed Hurley called for Browns manager Zach Taylor. Bill Veeck accompanied Taylor out to the mound to have a conversation whether Goodell was legitimate to actually play. They had a copy of Eddie Goodell's contract on hand, as well as a copy of the Browns active roster, which, according to the rules, had the proper information and the entry for Goodell being able to bat.
Okay.
The contract had to be filed and actually examined on Friday, August 17th. The league office actually did approve the contract on Monday, August 20th, 1951. Upon reading the contract, Hurley motioned for Goodell to take his place in the batter's box, and history was made.
How did he do?
Did well. He got
walked,
4
right?
required balls. Yes.
No one could
walked him because they couldn't.
No one could hit a strike
That was
zone.
that was the intent. In fact, there's a story that Veeck. He made it very clear that if this guy took a swing,
Goodell was under strict orders not to attempt to move the bat off his shoulders. Vic got the impression Goodell might be tempted to swing at a pitch. The owner warned Goodell that he had taken out a $1 million insurance policy on his life, and that he would be standing on the roof of the stadium with a rifle prepared to shoot Goodell if he even looked like he was going to swing.
This is nuts.
Oh, wait, that is obviously, that was meant as a joke.
Well, sure,
but to come up with that joke's a little alarming.
Yeah, especially then. And $1 million, what is it, 51?
Veeck had carefully trained Goodell to assume a tight crouch at the plate. He'd measured Goodell's strike zone in that stance and claimed it was just 1.5 inches high.
What was the purpose of this?
Just a stunt. Just get people in the stands.
To get people talking about it.
We're talking about
70 whatever years
69 years later.
And the St. Louis Browns are still going strong.
That's exactly right. Bob Kane, the pitcher for the Tigers.
Hurricane, they called him.
Hurricane Kane, Bob Hurricane, laughed absurdly when Goodell took his place at the plate. Catcher Bob Swift catching on his knees to try to accommodate the strike zone.
No.
Man.
Yep.
This is embarrassing.
Yep. 4 consecutive balls, all a little high.
Yeah.
And the guy, and he never took the field, by the way.
No, he did not.
Okay.
He did not.
Right. He took
defense.
he trotted to first, took his base, bowed to the crowd, and was replaced by pinch runner, the fabulous Jim Delsing,
who was 8'2".
8'2". The world's fattest man, tallest man.
They had to go the other way.
This guy, let's see, he apparently this fellow was 26 years of age at the time and weighed 65 pounds.
Man.
3'7". So is there a statue of him in the Hall of Fame?
I do not.
I mean, what about his jersey that had 1/8 on it? I would like to think that's somewhere.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, that has to be.
I've got to go to Cooperstown.
You'll have to wonder.
Here's the actual photo of the goings on.
My goodness, there he is.
There he is.
In these times, we would use a different word to describe him.
Little person.
Yeah, that's what. Yeah, they didn't use that word then.
No.
The version of it I'm reading, they use a different.
They use step right up and hurry, and look at the
Okay, we still have more sports to come.
Yes, we do. A world record.
But coming up, we have cows in the news, body odor in the news, turtles in the news, woolly rhinos are back.
They are.
Yeah, and
woolly rhino.
Back like they never left. It's the woolly rhino.
Woolly rhino.
And we have an update on the woman who climbed onto the deck of the cabin cruiser, opened the hatch, and urinated all over her husband.
Sounds like something a wife would do.
Hey.
Jerks.
Wife's pissing on guys all the time.
Well, we'll find out what happened when we return. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Become a Bob and Tom VIP and get your Bob and Tom fix 24/7. Get all the info in the VIP area at bobandtom.com. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Hey, guy, it's Kid Tarmac. You're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7. Take that to the bank. 24/7.
I know. Mark Allison with you on a Wednesday, August 19th, 2020. Hope you're having a great morning so far. We hope to keep you laughing here with our resident geek, Jessica Alsman, zooming in, and our comedian relationship expert, Allie Breen from New York City. We talk about your relationships and see if we can't get any issues resolved that you may have had. There's been some great ones over the last few weeks, including last week's Allie Breen appearance. So we look forward to hearing what Allie has to say later this morning right here on Bob and Tom 24/7.
Hi, everybody. Christy Lee from the Navy Federal Credit Union News Desk. The University of Notre Dame and Michigan State universities have become the latest colleges to move classes online because of the coronavirus. Officials at both schools announced the switch Tuesday. As COVID-19 makes its mark on colleges across the U.S., many are reconsidering plans to hold in-person classes or implementing new testing regimes. Others are threatening crackdowns on students who ignore social distancing rules. Over the past few days, college students at Notre Dame and at schools in North Carolina, Tennessee, Oklahoma, Vermont, Kansas, and Colorado have all tested positive. World share prices are mixed after the S&P 500 logged a fresh all-time high. European indexes opened little changed on Wednesday. U.S. futures were slightly lower. And this year's Sturgis Motorcycle Rally drew more than 460,000 vehicles during the 10-day event. That's according to a count released by South Dakota transportation officials. The count is a decrease of nearly 8% from last year, but showed many were undeterred by the coronavirus pandemic. And that's your news. I'm Christy Lee. More of the Bob and Tom Show coming up.
Hi, this is Dr. Will Miller, and you're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7.
Hi, it's Kid Tarmac. This is Bob and Tom 24/7. Kid Tarmac.
When grandfather dies, life will be strange. When grandfather dies, my whole world will change. When grandfather dies, I'll scream and I'll yell, 'cause I'll be rich as hell.
And then I figured I didn't need to write anymore. Okay, a bar owner goes up to the bartender and he says, "Hey, have you been sleeping with the waitress?" And he says, "No." And he says, "Good. You fire her."
Are the stars out tonight? I don't care if it's cloudy or bright, 'cause I'm blind.
Jeez.
I'm just sitting down at the tattoo parlor with my daughter.
And no, stop right there. That's pretty scary.
I'm having my tattoos redone. She's 14, and she's going to be a freshman in high school.
She's very witty. She's a sparkling, wonderful girl. She's been on this show, and she better not get a tattoo, you idiot.
No, but everybody at the tattoo parlor thought she was 18, 19.
Yeah, going to get a tattoo.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And
so you that was your daughter-daddy day?
Daddy-daughter day. We went to the tattoo parlor.
You went to a tattoo parlor?
Uh-huh.
Classy.
I kept trying to talk.
Here's the one I want you to get, sweetie. It's I know that's a lawnmower, and that's the Pink Panther.
No daughters, man.
I kept trying to tell her.
Sorry.
You know, if you ever get a crush on a boy, here's what you need to do: just tattoo his name on your shoulder and walk up to him and go, "Look at this! You take me seriously now?" You know, stuff like that.
Yeah.
And
that's great advice.
Mm-hmm. Our guest is comedian Tommy Johnigan. We were talking about driving, and you hit did you hit a deer? Or
I destroyed it.
Really?
Yeah.
Where
I'm an animal person.
Where did it happen?
Southern Illinois. So ill. But I have no sympathy for this thing. It did like $4,100 worth of damage to my car.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. It hit the deer. My car somehow took the deer's back legs off.
Yeah.
There were just like two holes, like clean, like the bottom of the Mr. Potato Head or something.
Right.
That's nice. My fiance was with me.
Oh, boy.
She's all... She's like, "Oh, that poor deer."
Well, at least it was an even number of limbs.
3 at Q95. It's the Bob and Tom Show.
Christy Lee has the forecast.
Q95 Fox 59 weather brought to you by the CarX Man. Sunshine today, high 80. Clear tonight down to 60. Sunny 82 on Thursday. We have clear skies 57 right now.
Got some money on the way, perhaps. We'll pay close attention. You could be the winner of $1,000 throughout the day on Q95. Welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. Thanks very much for joining us in the big room. The proprietor of the Ace Cosby joke of the day, of course, is Ace Cosby. Mm-hmm. He's a legendary radio announcer, a man whose handsome visage has conquered many a lady.
Oh, really?
How many Kiss concerts you been to in your life, man?
Around 300.
Around 300. So... Fewer Kiss concerts than women.
You can see the insanity there.
Chick McGee. How many Kiss concerts have you been to?
0.
Okay, very good.
Still hoping to maintain those numbers.
Oh, you've missed it. They're great.
No.
Next year.
I'm fine.
Even Mr. Jimmy.
Another farewell show? Okay, good.
Even Mr. Jimmy Buffett has acknowledged. Don't try.
How many Buffett shows I've been to? 0.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
What do you do?
No, thank you. I'm a lot like Josh. I lay around. I'm sad all the time. You know, stuff like that. I drink constantly.
Self-awareness is important.
If I was sober enough to masturbate, I would. Yes. yes, Willie.
I was just gonna say, I like to say, I like to call it getting horizontal. You know, just lay it on my side.
Yeah, right.
Having a horizontal day.
Jim Gaffigan does that great thing. His friends come over and he goes, "You want to go for a hike?" No, I don't want to go for a hike. No, what'd you do today, Jim? Nothing. And they go, "Oh, really? What do you mean?" He goes, No, I did nothing. I sat on the couch and stared at the wall. I did nothing.
And no one understands what a real nothing day is.
Yeah.
When you say, "Yeah, I think I'm just going to do nothing today." Oh, well then.
You're free to...
All of a sudden, the ideas start flying out.
You've never had a nothing day.
During one of those legal entanglements, someone would come down to the basement. My dog and I would be there watching whatever. And in her brain, I could hear, well, he looks like he's relaxing. I'm going to put a stop to that.
Boy, that porch furniture needs to be
Boom. You know
washed.
what I'd like to do?
Okay, well, yeah, I got a lot of chores.
Next thing you know, I'm hanging tile.
Let's see, where was I?
Yeah.
You ever done wallpaper? That's tough.
Yeah.
I can't imagine. That had to have been so difficult.
I'm really good at tile and wallpaper because I had to be.
I'm good at painting. Wallpaper, a little tricky.
Do you have wallpaper at your house?
No. This was in our previous life.
I was going to say.
You know they got the new wallpaper. Here's a topic.
What?
They've got the new wallpaper. You just it's like stickers. You can peel it, put it up, and take it down, put it up, and take it down endlessly.
What?
Yeah.
Wow.
Don't talk about that out loud.
Yes.
Okay, let's see. Where was I? There's Josh. There's Willie G. There's Christy Lee. I look over to my left. There's Pat. Pat, I was hoping you could get the guitar out.
It's right here all the time.
Okay, I know you got an earache.
He's going to sing. He can't hear. What do you mean? This is a disaster.
It's gonna be horrible.
You're yelling, Chip.
I know we have some more stuff to get to in sports, but Pat, we were talking with Josh about his new program, his new eating program, which is an important thing, taking care of himself.
It wasn't necessarily public. I just mentioned it in the hallway. I don't know why.
When are you going to learn?
Yeah, you're right.
Grasshopper, when are you going to learn?
You tell me and you tell me.
I tell you, don't say anything you don't want on the air.
It's all fair game. However, I have been holding back.
Holding back what?
My God, have you?
Those could be the most. Next to, you know what I'd like to do from an ex-wife? I've been holding back. Those are chilling words.
You have been holding back. What are you holding back on?
Oh, I'm holding back.
Okay. On what?
Just yesterday, I posited that I had a fun little reference that would perhaps only be understood by a select few, referencing Josh, but I didn't say it. And I'm not going to now.
My God.
Just leave it right there. I'm sorry.
Hey, today's National Potato Day.
Oh, man.
All right.
Love taters.
Who doesn't love a good potato?
All kinds of potatoes?
Yeah, all kinds of potatoes. Celebrate any way you want.
Potato chips.
Top 3 potatoes? Go ahead, Chick. Hit the button.
Top 3 potatoes. Go.
This is a tough one.
This is hard.
Yeah, I'd have to go with French fries.
Oh, yeah.
Number 1.
Steak fries?
Hate steak fries. In the words of Bob Kavoyan, too much potato. Hate steak fries. Don't ever give me them. Let's see. French fries have to be number 1. McDonald's right up there, I think. Number 1. Number 2. Potatoes. God, there's so much. I'd have to say mashed potatoes.
Ooh.
And number 3 would be those potatoes that Terry used to make for us in the morning here.
Oh, gratin potatoes.
They're kind of a casserole thing.
Yeah.
They were great.
Those were mighty tasty. And then although maybe potato chips up there.
You like a Lay's classic?
Just a classic.
Potato chip.
I do like a Ruffle.
You like a Ruffle?
Little ridges.
Yeah, because they hold the dip. They structurally, I think they were designed by an engineer. How can we make these hold the dip better?
Yeah.
They're straight.
So I think I'm going to make an exception. Play the music again.
Okay.
Play the music again.
The top 3 potatoes, Willie, there's actually 4.
Oh,
hey.
Against the rules here.
Holy hell.
It's top 3, Tom.
Can you just say it? You've demanded Chick play the song twice, and you haven't said it yet.
You know, he's just sitting there. He's not even saying
I'm
anything.
enjoying it because I'm.
Oh my!
Let's change it. Let's change it to the Mount Rushmore of potatoes.
Okay. All right.
Gives us some leeway here.
Well, let's change the music then. Okay, Mount Rushmore potatoes.
Doesn't work. It's a little busy.
Yeah, it works automatically.
what are your favorite potatoes? Just get to it.
Here we go. Tater.
That's coming later.
Tater.
Okay, no, I think we covered them. What are your top 3? What are your top 3 or 4?
I'm going to go baked potato. Loaded baked potato. I think that's hard to beat, man.
You'd rather have. Can you kill that, please?
I like that music.
Chick, what about a twice baked potato? That's where my money's at.
I don't care for that. It's too showy.
Oh, it's like a loaded baked potato with.
Wait. It's too showy.
Yeah.
I'm with Chip on
Twice
this one.
baked. Who needs
those
that?
are great.
They are great. Yeah.
I saw a recipe the other day where you twice bake a potato with a meatball in the center of it. It was
and you didn't bring it in? Strumpet.
It was
lady.
so cool.
Too busy with the boys to help us with our food.
I didn't make them, but I
Loaded
thought
baked
about
potato.
it.
I like scallop potatoes right out of the box.
Yep,
I like those.
I like them too.
Those
Yeah.
are great.
The Betty Crocker ones, yeah.
And French fries. You can't go wrong with. You know what potato Christy likes? Christy and I had lunch one day.
Dry.
Yeah. And
Dry
she goes,
baked potato.
I have a baked potato dry. And I knew this was a mistake to have lunch with you. I knew it.
I put butter and sour cream on them
She
now.
carried Molly McButter.
Yes,
in
I
her
did.
Purse.
What's Molly McButter?
It was like a butter powder,
Yep.
wasn't it?
Yes.
Do you?
I missed that. I need to get some of that.
Do you snort it?
No, you put it on your baked potato and it tastes like
Take
butter.
out a razor and, hey man, I'm going to do a rail.
How could you guys not put hash browns on your list?
Oh, they cut this with oleo.
I like hash browns.
I love hash
The thing
browns.
is, since it is National Potato Day, we're trying to. I mean, it's so hard to get it even down to 4.
I know.
I tell you what I
Potatoes are
don't
great.
like is home fries. And they fool you because you forget what's a home fry, what's a hash brown. Hash browns are the torn up stuff.
Right, the shredded
Home fries are the cube.
Yeah, I don't.
I make home fries every weekend. They're terrific.
I love home
kidding me?
fries.
Yeah.
They're a little.
My breakfasts on Saturdays and Sundays, just award-worthy.
Really, Josh?
Yeah.
I'm planning a big one this weekend. I'm doing a steak and eggs thing this weekend. I'm really excited
right
about
on,
it.
man. Yeah.
Here,
What do you usually have, Josh?
We're playing the
You got
match
the bangers, you got the beans, you got the sausage.
Oh gosh, I should have smoked pot before this.
You'll be a little disappointed because it's not. It's I make a bunch of home fries in my cast iron skillet,
Right.
and then I add.
Pat likes to wash those. Go ahead.
I add onion and green pepper and then some diced tomato, and maybe I sprinkle a little bit of
Gravy.
You have the whole
cheese, a
neighborhood
little
coming
cheese
over?
on there.
No, I don't put any cheese. A little bit of spinach. I chop up real fine, and then
throw it in the wastebasket.
and then then I throw that away, and I have some pancakes.
I know. You know what? I think he's kind of stopped holding back.
I think you're right.
And then I cook bacon, and I've got that. And then I take 3 or 4 fried eggs or scrambled eggs, and I put them on top of the home fry.
Oh, that sounds
And then I
great.
slice up an avocado and put that.
Oh my God!
Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Oh, that sounds delicious.
We're coming this weekend. We'll all be over with our masks.
No, I'll just send you pictures.
That sounds very good.
We're going to play match game with Tom. Go ahead, Tom. Describe some hash browns or home fries at a local breakfast eatery that you don't care for.
Which the recipe has changed, so
They taste like soap.
No, they don't.
Soap.
He wrote it down.
Soap.
apparently they used to, and because I've heard the servers at this place make it clear to everybody ordering them, hey, it's a new recipe. They're much better now.
Yeah, they were
I
terrible.
loved them then. I loved them then. I love
like
them
them.
now.
Have you ever had those like circular breakfast potatoes? That's the one that I really don't like, but that's the only one.
Circular.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're just kind of, you just take a potato and essentially just slice it.
Yeah.
It's like a really loose, unchopped hash brown. That's the only potato that
I bet I know one that Christy doesn't like.
What?
Potato salad.
Oh, no, won't touch
Because
that.
it has mayonnaise in
Right.
it.
I like potato salad loaded with bacon bits. And
Get it all in there.
and
Chives
onions.
and whatnot.
And that's sports.
No, world record coming
Actually, this is a perfect time for us to make this segue.
Is this a HelloFresh thing?
Yes, Christy and I, big fans, trying to get Josh on board for HelloFresh.
We made pork schnitzel last night.
All right.
You got to be schnitting.
It was so good. But the sauce for it had mayonnaise and mustard in it, so you know that I didn't partake in that, but I had to make the guy make it.
Like mayonnaise. The point is,
The guy, Tom, he's dissolved to the guy.
Had to make the man make it.
let's get down here with HelloFresh.
Yes,
what am I
great.
talking about? HelloFresh is America's #1 meal kit. How does it work? The box comes to your house. It's got all the refrigerated stuff in there, and it's here's the beauty of it. They've done the shopping, they've done the measuring, and then you get to be a great chef. And I'm not kidding. The food is tremendous. You will clean your plate. There's about 50 reasons to try it.
So good.
Not the least of which is this incredible offer where we toss $80 off the top of it and include free shipping. Here's what I'm going to tell you about. More than 22 chef-curated recipes every week. And this goes from all the way from here to there. What I'm talking about is you can do low-calorie recipes if you like, vegetarian, classic great food. They've got surf and turf craft burgers. And what was the one you did last night? The schnitzel? The
Pork schnitzel.
Yeah, that's delicious. I've done that too. So you say goodbye to that boring meal planning and the prepping and driving to the grocery store. Oh, look, here's a great meal. Because by now you're probably tired of your own cooking with the weird world we're living in these days. This is going to cut way down on food waste, and you are going to be amazed at how good the food is and what a great chef you become. Because, again, they've also got the trick. The trick is the great spices. And they're measured out for you. So you're going to be surprised. You'll probably be introduced to some vegetables you've never seen or heard before that are incredibly delicious. You're going to go, where has this been all my life? HelloFresh, America's #1 meal kit. Just go to HelloFresh.com. Use the code BT Show for this offer. $80 off. including free shipping on your first box. So it's certainly worth trying. The promo code BT Show, HelloFresh.com, $80 off, free shipping on your first box. I know you're going to love it. Give it a shot. And maybe you're getting tired of your own cooking. I know I was. HelloFresh.com, the promo code, by the way, BT Show, like Bob Tom Show. Throw that in there. It's good for us, good for them, good for you, and have some great food. Coming up, we've got Donnie Baker. We've got a really cool thing about honey.
Honey, I miss
the great food honey, and it's
and I'm doing
good for you.
It's super good for you, as of a new study coming from the UK.
See the tree, how big it's grown.
Not that. We're going to do a Bobby Goldsboro hunk.
Yep.
This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Hi, man, this is Donnie Baker. You're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7.
Hey, don't forget, Bob and Tom Tonight is on Bob and Tom's YouTube channel. It begins at 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific. 20 minutes of video highlights from today's Bob and Tom show tonight. It's Bob and Tom Tonight, 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific, right there on Bob and Tom's YouTube channel. Subscribe today and join over 100,000 other Bob and Tom fans. You're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7.
Hi, everybody. Christy Lee from the Navy Federal Credit Union Entertainment News Desk. Some U.S. moviegoers will be able to see Christopher Nolan's Tenet a few days early. Warner Brothers announced it would be offering early access screenings starting August 31st as a gesture of support to many domestic theaters that are reopening after 5 months of being closed due to COVID-19. The $200 million spy thriller starring John David Washington will open more widely in the U.S. on September 3rd. Tenet is the first major new Hollywood movie to be released in theaters since most locations shuttered in mid-March. Britney Spears says in court documents she's strongly opposed to having her father return as conservator of her person, which gave him control over her major life decisions for most of the past 12 years. The documents were filed yesterday, and it says Spears asked Jody Montgomery permanently take over that role, which Montgomery has served on a temporary basis. Britney's father, James Spears, will keep his separate role as conservator over her finances. And the American Jazz Museum in Kansas City, Missouri will hold an outdoor sax salute to Charlie Parker Saturday to celebrate the 100th anniversary of his birth. Musicians are encouraged to join students from the museum's Bird Boot Camp in the salute, which will be outdoors, but social distancing is encouraged. And that's your news. I'm Christy Lee. More of the Bob and Tom Show coming up.
Morning laughter just might be the best medicine.
If you want to turn your daddy parts orange, eat some Cheetos and watch some porn.
Bob and Tom 24/7.
Listen up, fellas. This is just for you. It's the brand new dance where you drop your pants.
There's a new craze. It's a sensation. Every guy is doing it across the nation. First thing you do, take off your clothes. Get ready to strut. Get ready to pose. Grab your package, tuck it away. Between your legs is where you want it to stay. Do the vag.
The vag. Come on, give it a whirl.
Do the vag.
The vag. Pretend that you're a girl.
Do the vag.
A vag. You're a macho punk.
Do the vag.
A vag. Nobody sees your junk.
Make sure it's smelled. Then cut a rug. Do the vag.
Yeah, you're looking fantastic.
Your friends will laugh 'cause it's so funny. You look like a hairy Playboy bunny. Look in the mirror. Where's your weenie? It disappeared like your Houdini. It's really cool. It's not outside. Do the vag every day and night. Do the vag.
The vag. Man, you got it working.
Do the vag.
All the vag. You can't see your gherkin.
Do the vag.
The vag. Show your buddies in the shower.
Do the vag.
The vag. 'Cause you've got that power.
Your friends will say you must be gay. Do the vag.
Use your imagination.
Don't do the twist. Don't do the hustle.
Do the vag and hide that love muscle.
Forget the rumba and the Macarena.
Just boogie down without your genitalia.
Do the vag.
The vag. It's better than the tango.
To the vag.
The vag. No wonder where your wango.
To the vag.
The vag. To the back we see your hiney.
To the vag.
The vag. In the front you've got a giny.
For a big surprise, tuck it between your thighs.
To the vag.
Hey, Romeo, you've got a camel toe.
To the vag.
Hi, this is Ross Bennett, and you're listening to Bob and Tom every day, 24 hours a day, nonstop. It's always going to be here, and I can't sleep.
But it's strange living back in America, you know. I mean, America's like a foreign country to me in a lot of ways.
Why?
I don't know. Things are weird. Like, you know, I have friends that don't eat bread anymore. Everybody's on a low-carb diet.
Well.
And Jesus said, take this bread and eat it. It is my body. And the disciples said, Jesus, we're all on low-carb diet. We appreciate you dying for our sins, but we're all trying to slim down a little bit. We want to look good in the painting.
Yeah, but it turns out I don't sleep well anyway. I've been grinding my teeth. I didn't know I grind my teeth until I woke up my husband.
721 at Q95. It's the Bob and Tom Show.
Thank you very much. Christy Lee has the weather forecast.
Q95 Fox 59 weather brought to you by CarX. Sunny, 80 today. Clear tonight, down to 60. Sunny, 82 tomorrow. It's sunny, 57 right now.
Thank you very much. Sunday, the 104th running of the Indianapolis 500.
How about that?
You know the secret?
What?
I say Marco, you say...
Paul.
Yeah. You see, the reason that's interesting is because Marco's on the... We're going to be doing a special show coming up Sunday. Be sure to listen. Details coming up. Thank you. Welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. Let's do a little Duke Tomato Shuffle, shall we? Boy, that feels good. Duke and the boys here yesterday. Had a great time with the fellas. And thanks again to our great engineer, Eddie. Winner of the most handsome engineer in America. Did you know that?
I didn't know that, but I could see that.
Yeah, he does look good.
Oh, yeah. He's got that Filipino blood.
What?
He does. Yeah,
He does.
He's hot. Yeah.
He's that Filipino blood.
Why do you sound like you're in a cartel in the 80s? What was that voice you're doing? Like Pablo Escobar. What?
King of the South?
We're not
What is wrong with you?
supposed to be doing that anymore. You know that, right?
It wasn't the right region. I liked it. I liked how wrong it was. I thought it was comical.
I think it was deliberately wrong.
A boy like that. See your brother. Oh, kill your brother. There. Bye, Birdie. We got it out.
That
Can we
was
move
West Side.
on
That
now?
was West Side Story. The point is, thank you, Eddie. And
Same thing.
This is all so I can mention that Duke Tomato and the boys are going to be doing an actual live event. Thank God we can still do some stuff. It'll be at the Sandbar and Grill, and it's Saturday.
As far as you know.
In St. Joseph, Michigan.
That's correct.
Oh, Michigan. Yeah.
So,
super.
What do you have against Michigan?
You talk about it every day 10 times is what I've got about it. That's my
I
problem.
don't know if you're aware of this, but in the sad event that you die.
Here we go. I know you're going to stand over my... Say I told you so.
No, I'm going to take
get
your
hit by a
ashes.
deer.
I'm going to bury him in Ishpeming, Michigan.
I hope there's someone who will take the wheel of that rudderless effort. And
you going ashes?
I think so. Yeah, I think I'm going ashes.
Oh.
What are you doing? You going ashes?
Bronzing.
Bronzing.
Yeah.
Bronzing.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Of the entire body?
Oh, yeah, being bronzed.
Can they do that?
Sure.
Well, you can do
bronzing.
anything.
They can do anything.
More bronze.
Doesn't the line of the year, Pat? Thank you very
What
much.
did he say?
More bronze. little reference to a very short joke a couple years ago of more chalk in the event that Josh falls off a building.
That's right.
And the police were there.
I thought you were going to say stuffed.
There we go. Very good. Now, we have a lot to get to. We failed to get to. I was trying to set up a...
Stupid world record.
Well, I was trying to set up the song first.
Oh.
And then,
He can't hear. He can't sing.
What did you say, Chick?
Hello, Bob and Tom Show.
Hey, Bob and Tom, it's Donnie Baker.
Hey, Donnie.
How are you, Donnie?
And I'm good. I'm with you, Chick. Tom, there's more states in Michigan. Why don't you ever talk about Colorado,
Yeah.
or Rhode Island, or Phoenix, dumbass?
I love Colorado. I go there all the time.
You probably
How
don't
many
even know the
days,
capital of Cleveland, do you? Oh, go ahead.
What'd you say,
Chick,
Donnie?
I missed sports today, but I did watch that UFC fight last weekend.
Oh, yeah. Badass.
And my lead bass player, Todd Boner, he got it free because his mom bought Disney Plus to watch Star Wars.
Oh.
What?
That's so weird, right? Like, them guys shouldn't be hanging out together. UFC fighter, Mickey Mouse and Vader's. I swear to God.
Sounds like the beginning of a weird joke. Is there a rabbi and a
I
priest
know
in
it.
there?
Ace, work on that one. Anyways, we got to fight good. Normally, a bunch of us get together at Booney's, but this time just me and Boner watch it. It's kind of nice, and I didn't realize how many of my so-called best friends I don't want to actually be around anyway. I'll say it like this. I got my gripes with MMA because it's an imperfect science. Sort of like Flat Earth or Ouija board or Glenn Beck's clothing choices. I don't believe in all of it, but it's still my favorite sport next to NASCAR and competitive eating.
Oh, really? What's wrong with MMA?
Well, first off, Tom, they don't even let you fight drunk. Did you know that?
What?
Oh, no, of course not.
Well, not like they won't let you drink, Christy, but they won't even let you fight drunk, even if you bring your own. Same rules as Old Country Buffet.
Well, Donnie, at least a lot of sports are kind of canceled, but isn't it great that at least the UFC's out there, right?
Well, fighting's been going on for a month now. But this one was in Vegas. The others were on a place called Fight Island.
Fight Island.
And it wasn't nearly as cool as it sounded. Like, Fight Island was just a regular gym and stuff on an island nobody was even on. I was expecting it to be like the movie, like in Bloodsport. Just constant mayhem. But no jungle fighting, no blinding mist. Just social distancing for everybody not punching each other. This one was between Daniel Cormier and that Stipe Miakok. Did you know the guy from the band R.E.M's brother was such a badass? I swear to God. Because the R.E.M. dick looks like he's always thick, but his younger Stipe is built like a tank.
No, I think you're referring to the great singer, Michael Stipe from R.E.M. He's not related to the UFC guy. By the way, I think Stipe is his first name.
Yeah, it might be even the Steppy.
Well, they do it different in Russia, Tom. I swear to God.
Neither of these guys are Russian. I have no idea.
Well, these dudes have fought before, like twice.
Really?
And this time it was billed as a rubber match. But the fact remains, Trojan Rubbers didn't even sponsor the event, And why should they? Everybody preaches about recycling 24/7. Thank God Rubber's got two sides to them, just like underwear and Band-Aids. Swear to God. Why should they advertise? But the fights were good, though, man. Miakok won. He poked Cormier in the eye like real bad.
Yeah,
I think I should have trained his eyelids like I did at Discount Karate, make them snap shut like trapdoors.
I didn't think you were allowed to do that.
Oh, it happens, Christy. It's just part of the shrapnel of the event.
All right.
Is that right?
But he didn't see it coming. I guess that's why they say hindsight's always 50-50.
No,
Swear to God. I gotta go.
Oh,
Thanks,
all right.
Tom.
Bye, Donnie.
Steep. Steepy or Steep, yeah.
Stupid.
Michael Stipe.
Michael Stipe, though, yeah.
God, what a great band.
UK stuntman
Yeah?
has set the world record
Yeah?
for fastest motorbike handlebar wheelie.
Fastest motorbike handlebar wheelie. All right.
Johnny Davies is known as Stunter Johnny.
Is he?
Yeah.
Oh, Stunter Johnny, come round my side of town, eh? Yeah.
Stunter
right.
Johnny. That seems like a...
Yeah, but I've looked this up, and it's odd the way he's pulling the wheelie. He's actually riding on his handlebars.
How? His
he's seated on the handlebars.
He's sitting on the seat, kind of, and his legs are up and over the handlebars.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So his ass isn't on the handlebars.
Right, yes.
Okay.
You're correct. His
lower
butt
thigh,
is on
I
the
guess.
sort of...
And is the front wheel going up or the back wheel
The
going
front
up?
wheel's going up.
All right.
How fast?
It's terrifying.
Sounds scary,
How
yeah.
fast was he going?
109.228
Whoa.
miles per hour.
Gosh.
It's pretty scary. I mean, if any of us tried this, we'd break the world record for the most broken bones
Sure.
on the pavement. This is one of those things, if you're 8 years old, you imagine someday you'll go for this. Yeah, there's a picture of it.
There
you
he
can
is.
see. So,
Man.
yeah, he's way
That's
up
nuts,
on the handlebars.
man.
What?
I don't even. That looks like that would be more difficult than popping a regular wheelie. They still say popping a wheelie.
I couldn't even get in that position if there's no bike at all. If I was just laying down, I don't think my body could bend that way.
And don't you think, Willie, that the word wheelie doesn't sort of give you the real danger of this?
Sure.
They've always
Wheelie
been called
sounds-
wheelies.
I know, but it just sounds like it sounds like it's something you do on a BMX whatever bike. And
Yeah.
I've noticed, the fun thing when you're a kid, you jump on the shopping cart and you kind of glide with it in the grocery store.
I love that.
I am now so fat that when I jump on the shopping cart, it does a little wheelie. And it does not ride for a while, and I do not look as fun or joyous. I look like a large man
That's the kind of
fall over the parking lot.
That's the kind of radio stunt we should be doing.
Neither fun nor joyous.
Shopping cart races?
I love getting in the shopping cart, putting your foot up, and just taking off.
When I was
do it.
When I was a kid, our summer vacation, we would go to surrounding in other cities laundromats. You know this story, and that's the way we would spend our vacation. But they had shopping cart like devices in the laundromat.
Sure,
and the door opened up, and you could slide in. On your stomach, and I pushed around on that for like hours, man.
Well, you're looking at one of Missouri's finest pallet jack surfers.
No, I'm not quite sure what that means. I'm assuming the jack part is
a pallet jack. The thing with the two tines that goes underneath the pallet.
Jack it up. I thought after a year you took it all into storage and it was an entire pallet of seed.
Tommy.
Now, once again, remember, everyone here, listeners at home, and your cars, he's holding back. Okay, remember that, guys.
Yeah, the restraint you're showing is unmatched today.
We would race around on those things.
There has to be anyone ever done a show about things like this where you take a device like a shopping cart and ride it, or you take a pallet jack, and there's all kinds of stuff we've all done with this.
Well, there was in the beginning of Jackass, I think, in one of the Jackasses, they ride a massive shopping cart and they're all inside of it.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
That was kind of a cool stunt.
Absolutely right, yeah.
Wow. But to this world record, once again, this guy's doing a wheelie going 108 plus.
Wow, 109 plus.
Okay.
108 was the old record.
He's on what this is. It's a Suzuki GSX R1000.
Yeah, I thought it was the R1000. Yeah.
There was a period of time when I was living sort of in Miami, and what's that road? What is the one right along the 8-lane freeway? And
Ocean Drive.
There would be on the freeway there, and
95.
I'd have to leave really early on Sunday mornings to get to the plane, and so the freeway would be relatively empty, and invariably guys would go by at ultra high speed and pop wheelies.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
It was terrifying. Yeah. Those guys are great, but wow, dangerous. Yikes. So this guy, pretty cool.
Yeah, I prefer hobbies where you can make a mistake and be fine.
Yeah, I agree.
Guitar, if I'm practicing my guitar scales and mess up, no big deal.
Yeah.
You mess up doing that, it's
Yeah, what's it called again? The fastest, what is it? Fastest?
Wheelie.
No.
Handlebar wheelie.
Handlebar wheelie. Maybe you could go for the fastest handlebar mustache. Like a hipster thing.
I was thinking about growing it out again, but I know that you guys are going to make fun of me if I do.
I have a question. What other kind of wheelie is there? I don't get the distinction between a handlebar wheelie and a big wheelie.
All of his weight is on the handlebar.
His legs are up and over the... Imagine if,
I saw the picture, but...
Imagine if you were at a desk and you put your legs on the desk.
Right.
Got it, but it doesn't seem like that would be a wheelie.
That
No,
doesn't...
it's a wheelie because the front wheel's off the ground.
Right, this is the only way to keep the wheelie sustained. If you're sitting on the seat and you just rear back, pulling on the handlebars, you can't sustain that. So you have to...
And I forget how far he has to go for it to count, but there's all kinds of rulers. Stunter Johnny is his name. Mm-hmm. Wow, that's an odd stunter.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, more power to you, buddy.
He's a giant.
We'll put that up in the various Bob and Tom social
Can we start
media.
calling you Stenter Chick?
Because I have stents. Yeah. I'd be all right with that.
They call me Stenta Chicky, yeah?
That's right.
Yeah.
Hello.
That'd be a cool nickname for
Mushy
you.
peas.
Hey, Stent.
Sticky toffee pudding.
Stent, what's up, dude?
Hey, Stenty.
Stent.
You like it?
Wow, that came to a halt, didn't it?
Yeah, the vacuum again.
It sucked all the air out.
Yeah. We were reminded of Chick's mortality.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry.
Yeah, we don't want to talk
We're all
about
going to live
No,
forever.
that was so sad about when he was on vacation and as a kid, and they'd go
to area laundromats.
Area laundromats just for a change of pace.
And one year we went to Kenton, Ohio. Kenteo.
Oh, not Canton, the home of the Hall of Fame.
I thought it was Kenton. And the Pro Football Hall of Fame.
Wait, there's a Kenton, Ohio?
And I was beside myself because we're going to the Hall of Fame.
Sure.
And we get there and we realize, it's Canton, C-A-N. It's not Kenton, K-E-N. Yeah, that happened.
There has to be a sign outside of Kenton, Ohio, with a K that's saying not the home of the NFL Hall of Fame. Oh, that's so sad.
So your dad didn't turn. Well, your dad didn't drive. So your mom didn't turn around and take you to Canton.
No, she didn't turn around.
How was Kenton?
Picturesque.
Okay, all right.
It was all right. Nice laundromat, as I recall.
Wow.
Boy,
So were these day trips, or did you spend the night in the laundromat?
Oh, every now and then we would spend the night at a hotel.
Oh, okay.
Don't be a smart aleck.
So at what
Are
point?
you holding back too?
At what point in your life did you have your own washer and dryer? What age?
Oh my goodness! In where I was living in the house.
Yeah.
Oh man.
30s?
Yeah. 32, 33.
Really?
All apartments up till
before
then.
I had my 34.
Yeah, I was probably 34, 35.
I mean, I lived in apartments where the washer was down the hall.
Yeah, me too.
Junk like that.
What was your policy? You'd go downstairs and someone's laundry would be in the washing machine.
Right.
Would you take it out and plop it on the dryer, or would you just wait?
I typically waited.
Really?
Yeah.
No, you take it out, put it on the machine, and
Now, if it was sitting in the dryer done, I would. I did occasionally take it out and put it on top.
Now, what if there were panties in there?
Well, there weren't when they came from.
Well, he'd play with himself, of course. And then,
Right, I'd soil them up.
Yeah.
Did you guys ever?
Nothing catches seed like some stranger's panties.
Did you guys ever live in a place where it was laundry in the hallway or in the basement or whatever, but you had to still pay quarters for
Oh,
it?
yeah. Yeah.
That is theft.
Oh, yeah.
That is
Yeah.
the biggest form of theft, and I cannot believe that.
I remember doing laundry being a huge deal. You had to go get quarters. You had to walk a mile to go.
Well, speaking of getting change,
holy hell!
Coming up, we have something. Remember last week we had the sausage vending machines.
Yes.
And then of course there's the famous bacon. I believe it is vending machines at the Ohio State University. From the Ohio pork producers. We got a new one for you.
Ahead of the
In the world of vending machines, you're going to be absolutely stunned. Plus, we have I think the greatest name in the history of this show.
Okay.
Coming up. I'm not kidding. Also, we're going to talk with comedian Roy Wood Jr. from The Daily Show, the lovely Allie Breen, and more. And again, Christy, would you say this story coming up about the farm? Have you read it very, very carefully?
I have. And it is National Aviation Day as well, so it kind of fits right in since it's at the airport.
I thought it was National Potato Day.
It's Potato Day, Aviation Day, Orangutan Day. It's a lot of days.
You said orangutan. You want to take that, chick?
I'm just telling you.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you very much. It's all happening. Plus, we have an excuse once again. We have a little science story, and we get to play this song again. I just bring you joy.
Yes, I love it.
Oh, that's a great tune. Coming up, this is the Bob and Tom Show.
For a complete copy of
Oh, how I do get sentimental about me carefree days as a lad. We never had toys that were store-bought. We would improvise with things that we had. We made forts out of cardboard boxes. Yardsticks were swords or were spears. But of all these things, none gave the hours of fun like me mother's gigantic brassiere. Oh, me mother's gigantic brassiere. It was of the finest label, canvas, lace, and stainless cable. Me mother's gigantic brassiere. Yeah! Oh, I leapt from the roof of the garage, though I was but 6 or 7 years. Oh, I would have broke me back, but I clung fast to the straps of me mother's gigantic brassiere. Oh, me mother's gigantic brassiere. Wing nuts, cleats, and spoiler, brass grommets, and cup holder on me mother's gigantic brassiere. We tied the bra between 2 trees. The neighbor boys, they did declare. We ended the attack with 6 pumpkins and 2 cats flung from me mother's gigantic brassiere. Oh, me mother's Me mother's gigantic brassiere. Delicate flower appliques, 8-track tape and safety chains on me mother's gigantic brassiere. One time we used it to slow down our dragster or parasail behind our boat. Then there was the time it was used to airlift an injured skier off a treacherous mountain slope. But most I think of my father's pride when wash day it was done, as he hoisted it up the telephone pole to billow in the sun. Oh, me mother's gigantic brassiere with an awning and screen door could sleep 2 family of 4. It's me mother's gigantic brassiere. Oh, me mother's gigantic brassiere. Reinforced hydraulic winch, reflective tape, and 3-point hitch on me mother's gigantic brassiere.
Bob and Tom.
Number 1,
Bob and Tom in the morning and highlights all day long.
The Bob and Tom Show, weekday mornings at 6 a.m. Eastern on Bob and Tom 24/7.
Hey, it's Roy Wood Jr. You're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7.
And now a message from the Bob and Tom Pet Care Company.
Here, Figsy. Come here, boy. Good boy. Whoa. Hey, Dad. Figsy's breath really stinks.
Oh, I know, Sam. Ugh. Smells like Figsy's been eating his own poop again.
Oh. Gee, if only they made something to make his breath smell better. Sorry, Figs. We'll have to play Frisbee some other time. You're just like a furry turd.
Sound familiar? Does your dog love to dine on his own dog logs, leaving his breath smelling like a stopped-up commode? Well, have we got the answer for you? It's a peppermint-flavored lozenge made especially for dogs like yours. Introducing new Extra Mints.
Here, Figsy. Golly, that is some bad breath. Here, Figsy, try one of these new excrements. Wow, what a difference, huh, Dad?
You bet, Sam. Figsy's face may be covered in his own feces, but his breath is minty fresh.
Hey, Dad, look. Figsy's licking his crotch again. Do you think his breath is still fresh?
We'll never know, son.
Oh, God.
Never know. Hey, Sam, you know why a dog licks his own...
Yeah, because he can. I've heard it a million times.
Extra Mints. Fetch some today.
Bob and Tom. You can pick your morning radio show, and you can pick your nose, but you can't wipe Bob and Tom on the couch.
Do either of you guys feel like you're stereotyped in general in the
I do, and I
every
love it.
day?
I love it.
You like people to think of you a certain way, and then you surprise them?
Well, that
absolutely.
one, yes, absolutely.
Yeah,
I only fit stereotypes to my own convenience when it's time for me to fit them.
Mhm.
But people use them to weaken you. I don't let people weaken me with your little. Yes, I like chicken. And watermelon. I'm working with the government right now to come up with a watermelon and chicken flavored smoothie. That way I can
like
drink
that.
it down and put just the right amount of crack in it so I'm never late. I don't care. You can.
Chicken and watermelon flavored
With a little
smoothie.
crack in it.
Come on.
Let me tell you something. I will run in a church the Klan set on fire if I think a fat white girl's in there.
Comedian Matt Weinhold is here with us.
I think that you should avoid all sort of living with anyone. Even if you're married, don't live with them because that'll mess it up. That's what messes it up. Because remember when you're dating, it's so great, it's so fun. You go on these dates and you go and you get coffee and you see movies and you talk and you have this wonderful sex and it's, I love you and I love you. And then you go home and I love my cable and I love my refrigerator. I love my life. And they move in and then they're right in your face. And, hi, we live together now. Hi, what are you doing? What are you thinking? How about now?
Oh, man, what a man. Did you hear him? 7:45 at Q95. It's the Bob and Tom Show.
Just a second. The afterglow.
There you go.
Hang on. Okay, that's going to be happening a lot. What I'm talking about, I really can't say.
Yeah,
just pay close attention to Q95 throughout the day. How about that? That's what you got to do. Welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. Happy to be here. The big room. Josh, Schick, Tom. That's me. There's Ace over there. Josh, of course, in the afterglow.
He just introduced himself.
Tom, that's me.
He said that.
He did say that.
What was the? There was a TV intro that had
Hey, that's me.
that phrase.
What was that?
I don't remember.
No, neither.
It's the IHateStevensinger.com sidekick share with Josh Arnold. Then we go around the building to various other spots through the glass. That way, it's Christy Lee, socially distanced, in the Navy Federal Credit Union news desk. Willie G in a very small room with a pretty small window, actually. We got to fix that up in there. Then we go to the other building, and through closed circuit TV, we get a basically drive-in movie size big screen Pat Godwin over there. Hi, Pat. How are you?
Good.
Now, where were we? We completed sports. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay, and we had the greatest windbag letter of all time, which we'll revisit later on this morning. Coming up, comedian Roy Wood Jr., comedian Allie Breen, and more.
It has us completely thinking the windbag situation. We don't know what's going on.
Print new T-shirts. I don't know what's going on. Now, Josh has been working on some stuff, getting a new bike, and other things, including some dietary changes.
Yeah, primarily for energy reasons. I want to get my energy.
And which is good. All trying to be healthy these days. It can be tough.
Sure.
And Pat has composed a song about Josh's new situation. Go ahead, Pat.
Josh missed his lunch that day, so he had a snack. He ate a cinnamon twist and a bowl of cheesy mac. Had a Hershey bar and a Mallow Mar, he could not stop. Drank down 2 Cokes and grabbed a bowl of Jiffy Pop. Started feeling bad and he knew he had to lose some weight. He said, no more carbs ought to do it. No more sugar, stick to it. Gotta lighten my load. Keto. He's for the veggies, he's for the meat. Josh, you're gonna watch what he eats. Yeah, keto. No more pizza or French fries. No more donuts or cream pies. Well, maybe one for the road. Keto.
All right.
Good luck, Josh.
Thank you, Keto.
Ah, yes.
I stumbled upon Boss Gagg's live lowdown. Have you ever heard this?
Oh.
Man, it's good. It's really
He is
good.
so good. I saw him live, 2 years ago?
I actually saw the Silk Degrees tour.
Wow.
Oh, cool.
I went man, that was great. And the band basically was Toto.
I plainly
David
remember.
Page and the whole
I plainly that album coming out, man.
Me too.
Losing
I
my
love that.
Was he active on stage? Would he kind of
He was great.
hop around?
Still is.
great player.
But that's, I mean, that was a defining, career-defining album for him.
Sure.
I'd actually seen him before with the Steve Miller Band.
Cool.
Back in the day.
got out
Somebody
of
give me a cheeseburger.
Couldn't work with Steve.
Living in the USA, love that song. Don't
Yeah,
you
me
love
too.
that song?
I do.
God,
Yeah, it
it's a
starts
great
off with
time.
those engines.
Steve Miller, one of the nicest guys ever
Megalomaniac.
to be a guest on this show.
Hard to work with.
Oh, stop.
And a great student of the blues.
Yeah, some people actually call him a space cowboy.
Yeah.
The Gangster of Love.
Yeah.
Josh is right. His blues album is amazing.
Yeah.
Now, where were we? Oh, so you're on the keto diet? Are you trying to stick to this?
I was looking into it. Yeah, I think it's really.
Let me speak on behalf of my client. He's really excited that you're examining this to a full extent. Go ahead, Josh.
Well, no, I'm getting older, and I want my energy up. So I'm looking at ways of.
How about cocaine?
Increasing. That's a temporary.
Maybe just speed.
Yeah, again, these aren't the side effects aren't always as good.
You need your teeth. Meth might be the way to go.
Why would you?
Pat, you did the keto thing, didn't you?
Yeah, I fail every weekend.
I think I can stick to it. All the recipes I was like, yeah, there's plenty here. There's plenty here to work
Now
with.
today, unfortunately, for this is National Potato Day.
Yeah.
Someone reminded me I didn't mention vodka, which is some of the finest vodka in the world, made from potatoes.
Yeah, it's true.
Tito's, I think.
I recommend Chopin.
Wait a minute,
C-H-O-P-I-N.
it's pronounced Tito's?
Yes.
Well, no wonder the guy at the liquor store gave me such a strange look. Sorry,
Speaking of that-
ma'am, I had no idea.
Speaking of that, we have an email from someone about yesterday's topic. What sport would you do nude? Remember this?
Yes.
We were talking about that.
Well, it's because there was a soccer match in Germany at a major stadium in which the participants were all naked. It was some kind of protest about commercialization. It was all guys, and the one guy, Dirty Crack.
Yeah, number 8.
Yeah, but they to distinguish the teams, they put big numbers in the color of the team on their back. They painted them on, and they wore
Yes,
socks.
and cleats.
Okay.
Soccer
This
cleats.
is from Sue in Wisconsin.
Hi, Sue.
She said she knows a group of guys who barefoot water ski nude at over 40 miles an hour.
Boy, that's got to hurt.
And she says, actually, this originated in Russia. The first guy to do it was Taurus Sakov.
Got us, Jack.
Hook, line, and sinker.
I was reading that as seriously as I could, knowing what was hell for.
You killed it.
We were all in the boat.
Nailed it.
Yes, sir. Good old Taurus Sakov.
I was just
Barefoot water skiing, don't you have to go like at least 40 miles per hour just to even get up or
To
something?
stay up.
Yeah, that's
no,
insane.
you don't have to go that fast. But
Hang on. We're luckily in the presence of a world-renowned.
I said like 40 miles per hour. I just meant you have to do it fast, Dick. God.
Hang on. Here's Tom's son. Here's Tom's son, Willie.
Oh, the shame. Now everybody will say, there goes the kid whose father is a
Well, I think we have a response
Someone
for that.
needs to go.
Spoiled brat.
This is father-son fight?
This is,
What?
it's important to point out, both Mel Blanc.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, exactly.
That man could do everything.
He sure could.
I just was playing, watching some Looney Tunes with my 4-year-old the other night.
Did she enjoy it?
Yeah, Pepe Le Pew.
Oh, yeah.
The one where the cat
Gets the paint?
gets the paint in the back. It's unbelievable.
Wherever you
It's-
found it.
It's genius.
That one's not going to be around for much longer, I don't think.
Yeah, I don't think so either. Yeah.
Oh, he sort of forces himself on her. And...
It's a cartoon.
It'll go the way of the World War
Tom,
II.
I'm not saying I agree with those thoughts.
Really, Pepe Le Pew? It's a joke.
What do you mean? It's not a joke as much as it's just in honor of the fact that all French people are creepy. You know, they're a bunch of creeps. They're insatiable.
You know what, last
They're
topic I
insatiable.
can sink my teeth into. This is something I've agreed with.
What
for
have
a
the
long
French done to you?
I don't know.
It is based on that sort of stereotype of the aggressive friend. I guess.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
Yeah, it'll probably get pulled.
Yeah. All of it will.
Oh, well.
Well, you know, the propaganda cartoons they made, those are still out there if you look hard.
Yeah, you can find them.
Yeah, you don't want to see
Which
them.
are
I'm just
unfortunate.
trying to show a 4-year-old a little funny thing with a kitty cat.
Yeah.
Okay, never mind.
Did she like it?
Yeah.
Or did she look at you and go, get
the
woke?
Looney Tunes.
In your water skiing history, have you ever told anyone else about the fact you water ski in socks? Or is that just us you've told?
When I was a kid, I did all the time, yeah. It's once
You don't do it now, though.
I haven't water skied for a few years. It's fun though, but I would wear socks because after seeing this creature from the Black Lagoon, I knew that if there was in fact a creature in Little Traverse Bay coming up from the bottom,
in
and
Michigan,
he grabbed my foot, he'd just go away with a sock.
Okay.
That's perfectly
Wouldn't your
logical.
feet slip out of the water skis?
No, if you don't believe me, we can call my sister and she'll
No, we
verify this.
totally believe you.
No. That's not the problem. We believe you.
I think Christy's favorite joke about calling your sister to check is, I don't think we have time for that.
Yeah, okay. We do have to get a news story out of Christy. What do you got over there, Christy?
Well, where do you want to go? Did you see this story? We didn't get to it yesterday. In Japan, public restrooms have a higher standard of hygiene than in much of the rest of the world. And now, an architect has developed public toilets with transparent walls.
What?
The design relies on a new smart glass technology that turns the walls opaque when the door is locked, but allows you to make sure the toilet is clean and that there's no one inside.
Oh, no kidding. Okay, so the sides don't necessarily become opaque, just the front door part.
It's pretty cool if you look at it.
It looks like a giant glass box.
Right.
Clear, rather.
If,
Yeah.
there's, if there's nobody in it.
Yeah, okay.
You can see inside so you don't get jacked with a sock full of nickels.
That's right.
Sure, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but if I'm getting it right, and then if you get in it, then
It
The
becomes
walls
opaque.
become opaque.
Okay.
Yeah.
And apparently they did it because a lot of those neighborhoods have really rough, a lot of rough folks running around. So this is in
Well, and you can see if it's
Japan.
clean. Sure.
That was the original title of Rough Boys by Pete Townsend. Rough
boys.
Rough folks.
Yeah, hey, why don't we just go ahead and turn it into boys?
No, I like folks.
Pete.
Wow. Now, do you have a favorite toilet at your house, Josh?
Yeah, I do. Yeah.
Like, how many do you have?
You know what? I'm going to say I think everybody probably does. I think
you have 3 toilets at your house?
Yeah, but really only 2 are functioning. The one, I need to replace it, runs constantly, and I don't want to just replace the ball or whatever. Because because there are other things that are also.
And they named it the ball cock. Those guys had a little chuckle.
Oh, sure.
Yeah. Hey, we got both of them in here.
Right, not to mention the pee trap. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you got one that you have the water off on it?
Yep.
Okay.
You know I could replace that for you in 20 minutes.
Well, the toilet I want is not available right now.
Really?
Yeah, I want one that.
Wait a minute. So you went online and.
Yes, and it said it's currently unavailable.
Well, please tell me it's got a great title because they have to name them.
Like the
they've always got like the Ambassador. The Continental.
It is something like that, but it's the toilet I want doesn't have the visible pee trap. It's completely smooth all the way around it.
Okay.
To make easier cleaning, I think so.
Sure.
But I have to get a shorter one because of the size of the bathroom. So they're hard to find.
I thought you'd like the Grand Master, the one that sits up high, like the throne, literally.
Yeah.
Because they make them that are actually higher because you're a man of a certain height.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
You have to get the elongated bowl, too, for your junk.
Maybe I bet we can knock a wall out and make it a little more roomy for you.
Boy, oh boy.
We're talking.
Well, Josh, if you said you need a certain distance, it's too short. I have lived in 2 places where I had to poop sideways.
Okay, yeah, I don't want to do that.
Yeah.
You feel like
sideways.
Sideways.
You feel like Princess Margaret on a horse.
No, it's kind of like
you go inside.
He's crapping side saddle.
It's kind of like you're in one of those fancy chairs where they only have an armrest on the left side.
Yeah.
Because it's the thing of the toilet.
I don't know what happened to us today, but whatever, we need to box this show up and send it right to the Hall of Fame.
We need to take a break and come back.
More of this.
We do have coming up the great comedian Roy Wood Jr. Also, we have my favorite name in the history of the show, possibly for a person in the news.
Okay.
You can only imagine what it is.
Yeah.
It's not Taurus Sackhoff?
It's better in a scatological way.
Yeah.
This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Stay tuned. Who knows who will be next on the Bob and Tom Track Phone Hotline? This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Hi, this is Dr. Will Miller, and you're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7, which begs the question, why do you need Bob and Tom 24/7?
Rolling through a Wednesday morning. It's August 19th. I'm Mark Allison on the way. Jessica Alsman, we call her our resident geek, and comedian relationship expert Allie Breen, going to be zooming in from New York City. We've thought about calling her show Break Up. Seems like that's sometimes the advice you get, but you never know. Maybe today will be different. Let's find out together with Allie Breen later this morning right here on Bob and Tom 24/7.
Hi, everybody. Christy Lee from the Navy Federal Credit Union News Desk. The University of Notre Dame and Michigan State universities have become the latest colleges to move classes online because of the coronavirus. Officials at both schools announced the switch Tuesday. As COVID-19 makes its mark on colleges across the U.S., many are reconsidering plans to hold in-person classes or implementing new testing regimes. Others are threatening crackdowns on students who ignore social distancing rules. Over the past few days, college students at Notre Dame and at schools in North Carolina, Tennessee, Oklahoma, Vermont, Kansas, and Colorado have all tested positive. World share prices are mixed after the S&P 500 logged a fresh all-time high. European indexes opened little changed on Wednesday. U.S. futures were slightly lower. And this year's Sturgis Motorcycle Rally drew more than 460,000 vehicles during the 10-day event. That's according to a count released by South Dakota transportation officials. The count is a decrease of nearly 8% from last year, but showed many were undeterred by the coronavirus pandemic. And that's your news. I'm Christy Lee. More of the Bob and Tom Show coming up.
Ladies and gentlemen, Bob and Tom.
It's the All Request Show with Jimmy Pardo, and it's coming up.
Yeah, this Friday.
Have you been back on stage at all?
No, I have not been on stage doing standing-up comedy since February 2nd. Is the last time I did it.
I'm not trying to be mean when I ask this. Have you done your show, your act, just for like a mirror, just to keep it in your head?
No. This Friday thing's going to be a disaster.
Bob and Tom in the morning and highlights all day long.
The Bob and Tom Show, weekday mornings at 6 a.m. Eastern on Bob and Tom 24/7.
Hey, this is Frank Caliendo, and you're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7.
Voices in my head told me that I love you. Voices in my head said you love me too. Yes, they do. You know they're always right. So I'm listening tonight to the voices in my head. Yeah, the voices in my head said we'll always be together. So I got your name tattooed in flaming red on my forehead. They come in crystal clear, but my doctor, he can't hear the voices in my head. Yeah, the voices in my head said to stop my medication. The voices in my head said to jump the wall and run and buy a gun. You know they're always right, so I won't put up a fight with the voices in my head. I see you on TV, and the voices are telling me that you want me and you need me, and your boyfriend should be dead and gone. The voices in my head said to break in your apartment and hide under the bed, 'cause your love was just a lie. You too must die. So tonight I'll stalk. Tomorrow I'm insane, so my lawyer says I'll walk. 'Cause I got voices in my head. Got voices in my head. Got voices in my head.
Bob and Tom. They put the F in professional.
Hi, who's this?
We'll go with Kevin.
Okay, Kevin. All right, Kevin. We'll accept that.
About a month and a half ago, my fiance walked in and found me looking at some adult entertainment on the laptop.
Yep.
I picked up the laptop and chucked it at me. Ooh. My cat-like reflexes, I moved. A brand new flat screen TV took it right through the middle of it.
Oh, man. Wow, I guess there's no more solo work by... wow.
Well, yeah. Well, I should just take it in the face, because then I could at least watch the DVDs I had.
Yeah, but your broken eyes. Yeah.
Yeah, take it. Yeah.
It's easier to replace the TV than it
Hey, at Q95, it's the Bob and Tom Show.
Let's look at Josh. He's in his favorite. Look at the. Oh man, he's in his secret good place.
He was in his zone.
Oh, I don't know what was going on over there, but you look very, very happy. I'll ruin that. Give me time. Christy Lee.
Are you sure you weren't an ex-wife at some point? I think you might have been.
Another life.
I think you might have been.
Q95 Fox 59 weather brought to you by CarX. Picture Perfect Day. today. Sunshine, high 80. Clear tonight, down to 60. Sunny, 82 tomorrow. It's sunshine out there. Beautiful, 58 cool degrees.
All right. Thank you very much, Christy Lee. Coming up, the 104th running of the Indy 500 this Sunday, special edition of this show. All right. This is the Bob and Tom Show. Let's begin with the hinterlands. Way out there in the other building. Oh, wait a minute. The record for farthest away actually is
just changed.
Jessica Alsman is at her
Hello.
home. Her home, which is actually right across the creek from Josh's house.
Yeah, that's right.
Which is right down the street from Godwin's apartment.
If Josh's house catches fire, you tell us now, okay?
Yeah, she could
absolutely.
Yeah.
No, you live right
I'd
down the
save the
street right down the street from Mr. Pat Godwin, who's in the other building. We're watching both you guys on closed circuit TV. And then we have Christy Lee.
Hi.
Why are you wearing a winter jacket in there?
Because it's freezing in here.
Oh, that room is so cold.
It's so cold.
It's
You have
setting
no-
records today for cold.
Yeah, you have no idea. It's
Wow.
my fingers literally are frozen when I leave.
Are they numb?
Yes.
Because there are people who want to hear you talk about your fingers, so you just keep on talking. Now, this is Tom speaking. That would
You want
be
to
Ace
insert a
Cosby.
finger? Is that what you're talking
No. I'm just saying. There are people who are obsessed with Christy's feet. We get mail about them all the time.
Little digital pen.
Want to see my feet? Hey, who's that guy? Chick McGee across the way. Josh, of course, in the often imitated, never duplicated, IHateStevenSinger.com sidekick chair. And Christy, of course, in the Navy Federal Credit Union newsroom. Now, we...
I forgot Willie.
I'm not done. I want to say that...
Did you know there's a Pop-Tarts world? I'm sorry. Go
What?
ahead.
There's Pop-Tarts World?
Wait a minute, that's Willie. You just got his attention, and apparently he's correct on the speed. You have to be going to water ski.
Yeah, he made it very clear during the commercial.
Okay, sorry. In the meantime, I think right now it's time to interrupt the program.
Oh,
what about Pop-Tarts World?
I'm with Chick here.
Yeah, I want to hear about Pop-Tart World.
If there's Toaster Strudel World, wake me up.
Pop-Tart World 1964. They were the first. They're the best.
No, they're not. They're not better than Toaster Strudels.
What do you mean? I don't understand. Is it a place you go visit?
Yeah, it's a building. I think it's in New York. Yeah, Pop-Tarts World, New York City.
Long lines.
Wow.
Long lines.
Yeah, you can't
All the
get
flavors?
Yeah, it's Statue of Liberty with Pop-Tart on it. She's holding a Pop-Tart in the air.
No, it's a restaurant.
Well, yeah, Pop-Tart World. What do you think it was?
A theme park.
Yeah,
I don't know. Out of the blue, you didn't set it up. You didn't make it clear at all.
You don't know what Pop-Tarts are?
You don't know what Pop-Tarts are.
No, it did sound like a theme park. Everything about this is
There was
disappointing.
no context.
Everything about this is.
He just blurts it out. It's about time.
You know, G.I. Joe and Pop-Tarts released same year, 1964.
And both incredibly boring.
How about that?
But now it's time to get
let's
to the
jump
essence of comedy. He's our engineer. It's Ace Cosby. Ladies and gentlemen, Ace, go.
I was watching The Wizard of Oz, and there's a little epilogue, as they say.
Yeah.
Really?
What did the Tin Man say when he got run over by a steamroller?
Don't know what.
Curses foil again.
I still call it tinfoil.
Pop-Tart World's what they call it.
My mom called it tinfoil. I do too. Thank you.
I do too.
Brings back memories of my mom.
I
We always
say,
call it aluminum foil.
I say aluminium.
Oh, because you're a British man.
I'm an Anglophone. Suck on that.
Oh, so you're a
That's
dickhead.
right. That's right. General dickhead.
No H, dickhead. Now, where were we? Did we finish sports? Thank God.
Put on your mic there. What happened?
You got in the mic there, chick.
I got a Dorito in the mic.
Ah,
All right, go ahead. My fault. You know what? I'm going to take that. My fault. I'm sorry.
I have
Go ahead.
worked with some gross people.
I'm sorry. Really
Well,
sorry.
I wouldn't want to do a DNA test on your mic there,
Yeah.
Josh.
Mine?
Oh, now you're...
Poor Josh. What has he done
You're
to
doing
you?
stuff to your mic, Josh.
He's
Where do you think he
implying
puts it?
that you've taken that microphone and shoved it somewhere. Is what he's implying.
All I know is the people from 23andMe who were able to determine all
You know
of
what?
Josh's
Just send us his mic.
relatives.
Yeah.
What's the old joke about we're going to need a urine sample, a stool sample, and a semen sample?
That's right.
The guy just hands him his underwear. I love that old joke.
In Willie's defense here,
It's a fine joke.
barefoot water skiing requires you go 45 miles an hour. I was confused, Willie. I thought you meant regular water skiing.
No, I was talking about barefoot.
Okay, sorry.
Because that was what we were talking about.
Okay, barefoot water skiing is in the news because there's a group that does it naked. Is that correct, Chick?
Yes.
in Wisconsin.
And it was invented in Russia by the leader in
the famous Russian water skier. Is that Valery Brumel?
No,
well, he was the high jumper.
Taras Sakov.
Taras Sakov,
nude water skier.
Tremendously talented man. Speaking of water, Christy, we had a story yesterday. There's an update on this one. This involves a lady in Florida on a boat. Do you have that?
Yeah, she was arrested for urinating on her husband while they were both out at sea. According to the investigators, Heather Smith got into a fight with her husband while they were boating on their cabin cruiser over the weekend. So about 1 o'clock in the morning Sunday, the 48-year-old apparently opened the front port hatch, which was located in the roof of the interior cabin bedroom, and urinated on her husband.
So if they've got a number of hatches on the deck that go below, that's got to be a pretty big cabin cruiser.
I would think so.
Obviously big enough to have a head. Of course, head is the name of the name of the bathroom on a boat.
Yeah, that's interesting.
You know this. You spent some time on a boat there, Chick?
Shut up.
She urinated on her husband from above. An arrest affidavit states the victim then came out of the cabin area, at which time Smith bit him on the stomach. She was arrested for domestic battery, released from custody on her own recognizance. I can never say that word.
You got it.
Though a judge ordered her to be outfitted with an alcohol monitor. Oh, boy. So she's got had some issues in the past, apparently.
So I mean, they were in the ocean. I wonder if he used the C word.
The C.
She sounds like she deserved it.
I was wondering if these guys, if they get divorced, instead of referring to him as, if he gets remarried, instead of referring to her as his first wife, he'll say as wife number one. Yeah.
Oh, of course.
Yes.
Wow. Yikes. Usually it's one if by land, two if by sea. She's lucky she wasn't on the poop deck. That would have been. Can you imagine what was going through her head? I mean, think about it.
Probably I'm mad at this guy. I'm going to pee on him. Yeah. This would be gross for him to have to endure.
Well, also, that's her boat, too, so she's peeing on the boat where she would be sleeping if they don't go in later. Yeah, it's a little twisted.
Yeah, a lot of bad
She had to have been really drunk, I'm thinking.
Well, if the judge said, if the judge said, you never know.
You never know.
No, we don't.
But but she's okay. This didn't turn into one of those Natalie Wood things.
No,
it didn't. Thankfully, yeah.
Would have been rough. Typically, sorry. Pat, you got your guitar out. I can't help it.
Fighting with my husband at sea. He's passed out now, and I gotta pee. Not gonna go in the head. I'm gonna pee on him while he's in bed. My old man is a creep, so I'm pissing on him while he's asleep now. My old man is a creep, now I'm doing time. I guess pissing's a crime. Who can whistle now, anybody?
Whistling's not good enough.
Go, Chicky!
Slide Whistle Wednesday.
All right! Way to bring it home, Chick.
Woo! Whizzing off the dock of the bay. Oh, great tune.
I can't whistle anymore. It bothers me. What happened?
Excuse me, you want to do can you do your Bogart?
You mean my, is it Mae West or who was
Bogart.
that?
Lauren
Bogart.
Bacall.
Lauren Bacall.
You remember Bogart?
What?
Why don't you come up and see me sometime? No, that's
Mae West.
Yeah, that's Mae West.
Why don't you do the Bogart?
No, you put your lips together.
Telling us to do it, you puppet.
Bogart didn't say
Puppet
put your
master.
lips together and blow.
Didn't she say it to Bogart?
She said it to Bogart.
So I'm not going to do my. Why would I do my Bogart?
to set up the bit, you idiot.
Oh.
So you would set it up by saying to Christy,
You know how to whistle, don't you?
No, she says that to you.
You know how to whistle, don't you?
So how can I set it up if she says it to me?
You're amazing. Have you ever thought of going into politics? Even when you're wrong, you're right.
Chick, or he could go into directing. He could be a director.
A director, a puppet, or a puppet show master, one of those.
Run a small country.
Couldn't direct traffic.
What does all of this have to do with the fact I can't whistle anymore? What happened? I don't get that.
Yeah, sure you can. Moisten up your lips. Try doing it this Try doing it this way.
That's not a whistle. What he's doing is not a whistle.
No, that's
that
not
is whistling.
Yeah, what is that
the
you
air
do?
in?
That's not a whistle.
See, that's a whistle.
Can you whistle with your fingers?
No.
Never could.
Yeah, you don't need to. That's just as good almost.
Yeah.
Can you, Josh?
No, I always thought that was the manliest thing. A dad coming out to whistle for his kids.
Yeah.
Nice, yeah.
Oh, yeah, there you go. Now that's a whistle.
Who did that?
Tom did it. That was good, yeah.
You take two fingers in each hand, Pat, cram them in there.
Excuse me?
Yeah, take your index finger and your middle finger, put them up like this. Can you see me?
I can see that, yeah.
Okay, and you put them in your mouth like this.
I can't do that, but I can do this.
What?
Oh, me too.
Yeah.
Well, that's good for howling. That's for getting werewolves, right?
Yes.
Okay, good.
Absolutely.
Almost.
None of this is good for ratings.
Yes, of course. Why would we do that?
Lord, no.
Coming up in a few minutes, we're going to talk with the great comedian Roy Wood Jr. from The Daily Show. Looking forward to talking to Roy again, see what he's got going on. Right now, I want to remind you something very special going on with our friends at Napa. At Napa Auto Parts stores and Napa Auto Care Centers, you can get a $25 prepaid Visa card when you buy any Napa automotive battery. It's one of the best battery deals around. That's a Napa automotive battery and a $25 prepaid Visa card. Do it yourself or have it done for you, of course, at any Napa Auto Care Center. That's Napa know-how at participating Napa Auto Parts stores and Auto Care Centers while supplies last. Once again, I'm talking about a great battery from Napa and that $25 prepaid Visa card. Any of these great batteries at Napa. So check it out, please. Offer ends August 31st, 2020. Find out more at your favorite Napa location for all the details. When we come back, comedian Roy Wood Jr. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Hi, this is comedian Rob Haney, and you're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7.
You're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7. You heard the man. Hey, I'm Mark Allison. It is Wednesday, August 19th. Hump Day, everybody. And don't forget the laughter after the Bob and Tom Show. We call it Bob and Tom's Work Farce. Just keep it right here. Tuned to Bob and Tom 24/7. Ace Cosby will be your host. And keep that smile on your face all day long. Keep your coworkers guessing what's making you so happy. It's us right here on Bob and Tom 24/7.
Hi, everybody. Christy Lee from the Navy Federal Credit Union Entertainment News Desk. Some U.S. moviegoers will be able to see Christopher Nolan's Tenet a few days early. Warner Brothers announced it would be offering early access screenings starting August 31st as a gesture of support to many domestic theaters that are reopening after 5 months of being closed due to COVID-19. The $200 million spy thriller starring John David Washington will open more widely in the U.S. on September 3rd. Tenet is the first major new Hollywood movie to be released in theaters since most locations shuttered in mid-March. Britney Spears says in court documents she's strongly opposed to having her father return as conservator of her person, which gave him control over her major life decisions for most of the past 12 years. The documents were filed yesterday, and it says Spears asked Jody Montgomery permanently take over that role, which Montgomery has served on a temporary basis. Britney's father, James Spears, will keep his separate role as conservator over her finances. And the American Jazz Museum in Kansas City, Missouri will hold an outdoor sax salute to Charlie Parker Saturday to celebrate the 100th anniversary of his birth. Musicians are encouraged to join students from the museum's Bird Boot Camp in the salute, which will be outdoors, but social distancing is encouraged. And that's your news. I'm Christy Lee. More of the Bob and Tom Show coming up.
Bob and Tom. Well-meaning, but
Yeah, they're all messed up.
more than slightly confused.
They say 3% of the people use 5 to 6% of their brain. 97% use just 3% and the rest goes down the drain. I will never know which one I am, but I'll bet you my last dime. 99% think we're 3% 100% of the time.
Gotta write that down.
They say 72% of all statistics are made up right there on the spot. 84.4% of people believe them, whether they're accurate statistics or not. Now, I will never know what you believe, but I do know there's no doubt I need another double shot of something 90 proof. This is too much to think about. It's too much to think about. Too much to figure out. Stuck between hope and doubt with too much to think about. They say 92% of everything you learned in high school was bullcrap that you will never need. 82% of everything you bought just to satisfy your greed. Because 94% of the entire population links possessions to success, even though 80% of the wealthiest 1% of the population drinks to an alarming extent. It's too much to think about, too much to figure out. Stuck between hope and doubt, I've got too much to think about. 82% of all statisticians truly hate their freaking jobs. The average bank robber lives within, say, about 20 miles of the bank he robs. There's this little bank not far from here I've had my eyes on now for a while. Lately, all I can think about is going out in style. Yeah! It's too much to think about, too much to figure out. Stuck between hope and doubt. It's too much to think about.
Good morning, sunshine.
Bob and Tom 24/7. 24/7. 24/7.
Bill Bauer is our guest. Wild Bill Bauer.
The thing is, with my family, there's always something going on. I got an aunt. She is the family failure. I mean, everything she touches, it just goes wrong. Finally, at the age of 87, she had to declare bankruptcy.
Oh.
Now she can't buy a house until she's 94.
That poor soul.
She is a victim. She's a victim.
Absolutely.
She's at home last week, knocking on the door, vacuum cleaner salesman. I got a dandy of a vacuum to show you, ma'am. Oh, I can't afford it. I don't have any money at all. Just let me show you what it can do. He forces his way into her place, reaches behind his back, pulls out a sack of horse manure, dumps it on the floor, and goes, whatever this vacuum doesn't pick up, I'll eat. She goes, well, I hope you got a hell of an appetite because they turned off my electricity this morning.
Morning, Bob and Tom Show.
Yes, if I could just have a few minutes of your time, I'd like to speak with you today about the joys of water sports. Perhaps you already own a boat. However, this is the one.
8:20 at Q95. It's the Bob and Tom Show.
That's Christy Lee. What's the forecast, please?
Great forecast. Q95 Fox 59 weather brought to you by the CarX Man. Sunny and 80 today, 82 tomorrow, sunny and 58 right now. Perfect.
Thank you very much, Christy. Coming up, we're going to talk with a good friend of the show, Roy Wood Jr. Can't wait to see what's going on with Roy. I will remind you, special edition of this show brought to you by Sailor Jerry. Coming up at 11 o'clock on Sunday, of course, 104th running of the Indianapolis 500. Be doing a special edition of the show starting at 11 to 2 on Sunday. This is the Bob and Tom Show. Welcome back. Thanks for joining us in the big room. Ace, Chick, Josh, I'm Tom. In the ancillary suites. Makes them sound so much nicer. So Willie G behind the glass over there. Christy Lee behind the glass over there. And being delivered via closed circuit TV, we have Mr. Godwin over there. Miss Jessica Alsman from her home. And it looks like to me we've got behind a green, is that a big green screen? It's Roy Wood Jr. Hey, Roy.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
What's going on, man?
It's good to see you, sir.
How y'all doing?
Good.
Hey, Roy.
Live from my girlfriend's brother's basement, baby. We're chilling. Look at that space.
Yep, that's
Living lavish.
That is
lavish. I know you're jealous, you bastards. I know you're jealous.
Now, we are on the YouTube, as they say, and Roy just, we've got the camera moving, and you are indeed in a basement. But
yeah, man. Good to see y'all.
Yeah, this is one of the odd things about the world we're living in right now. So many of the broadcasters on TV are broadcasting from various odd spots, and they usually don't back up the camera. But I know in a lot of cases they've had to remove books from their bookshelf. Have you heard about this, Roy?
No, what's happening with that?
Yeah, because a lot of the news people, you'll see them and they'll be sitting in an office and they've got a bunch of books behind them, and then someone will email them, how dare you read that book?
Oh, geez.
Sure. I know it's true.
Are you serious?
Oh, my
We're
gosh.
book shaming now?
Apparently.
Oh, yeah. Oh, there's all kinds of little things you can do. I inadvertently posted something that had a rather important phone number on it that was visible on a piece of paper.
Did you see the Rio de Janeiro council meeting where they were on a Zoom conference call, and one of the Zoom participants was going at it with his girlfriend or wife.
Oh, my gosh.
It was, and they never broke. They just all were continuing with their meeting, and this one square, these guys are just going at it. It was hysterical. They were
That's
both
unusual.
watching the hockey
Because
game.
usually the politicians are doing it to us.
Yeah. It's pretty funny.
So, what state are you in, Roy?
Physically, right now, we are still in the tri-state area of New York City.
Okay.
So it's literally been like, it's weird how to visit another family, it's essentially the same as having sex with a new person. It's like, okay, do you have any symptoms? How many other people have you been with? When was the last time you were with that person?
Yep.
And who were their social like I'm asking questions like I have a checklist now. Okay, you meet this, and this requirement. Okay, we may come to your house and enjoy some company.
I mean, I can remember when the phrase, have you been tested?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Was
an STD reference.
A different meaning.
Yeah.
The STD.
You'll be glad to know, Roy, when you walk in this building, and by the way, almost no one's allowed in the building. We have this on-the-wall thermometer thing. You just walk up and get your head near it, and it blasts a big beep and tells you your exact temperature. I'm kind of getting to enjoy it now. Sort of my first contact every morning.
I don't know how I feel. Like, what's crazy is that there were things that I wasn't sure whether or not, like, this is normal back in March. And now I welcome it. I went to drop my son off. This is about 2 weeks before New York City shut down. And I went to drop my son off at preschool. And the lady at preschool, she pulls out one of those temperature thermometers. But it's one of them joints where you can do it from like 5-6 feet away. So I'm standing there. I'm like, is she pointing that at me? And then she pointed at my boy. And there were no other people around me also entering the school at that time. So I couldn't tell whether or not it was racism. So I'm like, I don't want to hit the racism button. And I'm not sure. So I let it slide. And then like 2 days later, they shut down the city. And now when I go in somewhere, I'm like, what do you mean you don't have a thermometer? Shoot me in the head. Come on. Put it in my head.
Yeah, those
It does look like they're pointing, well, they are pointing a gun at you, but it's just, it's a temperature gun.
Yeah, it's very PTSD-ish to just have someone just go, ugh, and I'm like, no, we need a stomach thermometer. Point something at my gut.
Can you imagine, Roy, if this had been during one of the earlier plagues way back in the day, it would be, well, probably at best a rectal thermometer. That'd be awkward.
Yeah. Well, yes. Welcome to Applebee's. Bend over.
I want my baby back.
Roy Wood Jr. is a longtime friend of the show, one of my favorite comedians, and Roy is, of course, a correspondent on The Daily Show. And I've just been reading a little bit of Trevor Noah's book. Wow, that is just great. We had a chance to talk to
That
Trevor.
boy lived a life.
Yeah.
He is a super funny and just very interesting guy. Now, you guys have something going on where you're going to be attacking both sides, which is a rarity in today's world. It's called Votegasm 2020. Now, give me the background on this idea.
It's the same thing we've done. I mean, this predates Trevor. The Daily Show turns it up during an election year, and we try to do our best to overanalyze both sides and what they're trying to do. I'll tell you one thing that I'm finding interesting from the conventions, and I know they've done it this week, and I know they're going to do it next week with the Republicans, is the state roll call, where they have a delegate or a super delegate or whatever. I took history in Alabama, so I don't know all the names.
Yeah, same here. I was in Ohio. Yeah, go ahead.
But they had last night they had all the super delegates or whoever. They come out and they go, I'm from the great state of North Dakota, and we cast 2 votes for Bernie Sanders and 400 votes for Joe Biden. And they always give you some fun fact about the state. Like the guy, I'm from, what was the one yesterday? I think it was Rhode Island. Like, we're Rhode Island, and we're the home of calamari and lobster. And just tell us who you're voting for. And if you're going to give us a fun fact about your state, be honest. And I can't hate on Alabama because they did it from the Edmund Pettus Bridge with the late, great John Lewis March for voting rights. But next year, or the next election, I'm from the great state of Alabama, the home of barbecue and we're not sure if football's going to be here, but damn it, we got football and Jesus. This time I vote for Joe Biden, president.
I think they should also make each one of them hold the state license plate, because so many of those slogans are so embarrassing that it would just add a little bit of levity to it. It is. I can't bring myself to watch much of it, so I'm glad that the Daily Show is doing it for me.
You want to see some good backgrounds. Watch all these watch all these conventions on both sides, man. Because people, you can tell when people are manipulating their background. I like a real natural Zoom chat background. Even this green screen I'm doing, that's not normal. There should be a child eating something sticky in the background. The TV should still be on. Like, I don't trust anything manicured. Like, if you got more than 5 books in your background, I don't trust you. You ain't reading all of them.
I agree. I would like, and someone's probably done this.
Stop lying.
I'm sure someone's done this on the internet, and I just haven't seen it. But the best one I've seen was a clip of a woman doing a very serious interview about COVID-19. And you can sort of see a stairway behind her. She's clearly at home, and she's very well-spoken, a scientist, really knows what she's talking about. And obviously has told her kids, look, I've got to do this interview on whatever channel it was. Please leave me alone for a minute. Then you see this kid come creeping down the stairs, walking by. Then you see his sister fly down the stairs, grab the kid, drag him, and throw him out of the scene. There has to be a collection of these things where people are doing these serious interviews, and someone gets in the background and is bothering them.
I'm nervous. I know my day is coming. My child is 4. He's aware of things now. And oh my God, God bless the teachers that are headed back to the classrooms. Thank you so much, because I don't know how to lesson plan. Let me tell you what my son's lesson plan was a couple weeks ago. We did numbers. We're working a little bit on handwriting. And we also studied the centrifugal vortex of tornadoes, because that's what he felt like watching. Oh. I don't think a 4-year-old should know about sky vacuums yet, but he does.
Well, I got news for him. We had a story a couple days ago. They had, what was it called? A fire tornado. A fire tornado.
Oh, I won't show it to him. He'll lose his mind.
In case 2020 wasn't bad enough, now we've got a tornado that's on fire already. Yeah. Okay, so we're speaking with Roy Wood Jr., stand-up comedian and correspondent for The Daily Show, doing their Votegasm 2020, among other things. What have been some of your recent assignments, Roy? What have you been up to?
It's the thing that's been interesting about the show now is that we've done a lot of stuff remote, but it's been really cool to have access to certain people and have, how can I put it? Deeper conversations about issues, because you don't have to fly there. And that's the thing that I was always scared about during the pandemic, is whether or not they were still going to make us go places. Because I was going to turn to Trevor and be like, are you coming with me? I feel like a captain should be in battle with the truth. Maybe you should go watch Saving Private Ryan. Tom Hanks was right there with the boys when they was doing the danger. So, it's been a lot of following, just smaller stories that's going on. Like we were talking, we're focusing. I'm working on a story coming up about, the internet. And the thing that's tough about the schools and sending the kids back is that if you send the kids home for home learning, aside from issues with school lunch and getting access to, because a lot of kids only eat good at school, right? Because of, the way, unfortunately, the way parts of the country are. But more importantly, there are other parts of the country where the internet is ridiculously slow, right? And kids don't have access to the internet to even access the e-learning that's being set up for them. So we're kind of tracking that story. That maybe they should put that in the next Alabama super delegate roll call. I'm from the great state of Alabama, home of barbecue, football, and questionable internet. Joe Biden. No, you know this.
Yeah, I think a lot of that is the FCC worrying about stuff that doesn't matter, like the language on this show, instead of making sure that people have adequate internet. That just is so ridiculous. I saw that.
Regardless of where you lean, you have access. You should have access to the internet and porn the same as everybody else.
That's right. This is America.
In case you missed it, he said internet porn. If you'd like to write us a letter, we're speaking once again with Roy Wood Jr., stand-up comedian. Roy, when is the last time you did an actual stand-up show? Have you been able to do any?
February 29th, Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, at the Improv, where I shook hands with, by my estimate, 1,300 people cumulatively. I don't know what this means. And, you know, we had the Bob and Tom tours, and we do the meet and greets, and I never did the math on it. I've shaken, is that the proper pair? I've shook a lot of, I've done shocked a lot of hands.
Wow.
And so that was the last time I was on an airplane. You know, we drove to Alabama 15 and a half hours so my son could have some grandma time earlier during the pandemic. And I've never had more of an appreciation for airline food and peanuts in a chair than 15 hours in a car with a 4-year-old watching Paw Patrol, and you can't resync his Bluetooth headphones because you're driving and you're just listening to Paw Patrol for 4 hours straight. Did you know a Chevy Tahoe has a 6-hour gas tank? I do, because I listen to Paw Patrol for 6 hours straight. It's such a dumb show. It's a good show, but it's dumb because it's 4 puppies doing firefighter rescue stuff with an 8-year-old who's their leader. Where's your parents, child? And why are you in the forest with talking dogs?
But
whatever.
The number of times we used to have to pull off the road back in the day to a Radio Shack to get a headphone splitter. I'd get all prepared in the Suburban, and in those days I'd buy one of those little TVs that had the built-in VCR, and I'd get a stack of tapes for the kids. I'm going to be in the car for 8+ hours. And by the way, a Suburban can get a full 8 hours without refilling. Nice vehicle. Yeah. Of course, back in the day it was $300 worth of gasoline, but it was well worth it. But yeah, they'd say that I'd get going. All of a sudden I'd realize, we have to have the speaker on. And then I'd find the nearest Radio Shack.
Speaking of road trips,
they got to have the isolation headphones.
Quick question on the road trips. My son, the first time he used the bathroom on the road trip, it was like 4 a.m. And so we opened both doors of the car to make like a little urinal partition on the side of the road. And now he thinks that's how you pee on road trips. And so he'll only use the bathroom on the side of the road. And I don't know how to untrain this. There is no episode of Paw Patrol that touches on this.
Wow.
So he likes the toilet, but only when we're in town. When we're on the road and we're moving, he goes, "Daddy, it's time for the freeway." And I'm like, no.
I just realized
I don't know how to unlearn it.
I've got a 4-year-old girl, my little girl, and she loves to pee outside.
Is that right?
Willie will back me up on this.
Oh yeah, she's feral.
Kids love it.
She just loves it.
I wonder where she got that idea.
Yeah. How'd that start?
Well, now that you mentioned it, I do too. But,
yes, you do.
On the road, you have to pee in a wide mouth jar. That's the way to go. Once again, we're speaking with one of my favorite comedians. He is Roy Wood Jr., and you can enjoy what Roy's got going on The Daily Show. And they'll be attacking both sides, which is the way to go these days, because no one else is really doing it anymore. It's so tiring of just one channel just gets these people, the other channel gets those people, and they never talk. I'd like to see him just flip-flop it every once in a while. What I'd love to see would be a show in which they took one of the left-leaning shows and one of the right-leaning shows and made them do an hour together. Wouldn't that be great?
Yeah. Like a very special crossover, like Chicago PD with Chicago Fire.
Exactly. Exactly. It would be great. I think it would actually be interesting. Wait a minute. You mean dialogue?
Yeah.
It's tough to say if comedy's doing its job these days. Sometimes I think that we're laughing ourselves all the way to death. But it's a tough world, and we appreciate you guys making the effort and making a lot of this stuff fun. and I can't wait for you to get back on the road. And do you think, let me ask you a serious question, do you think you would know your act? If you had to get up on stage an hour from now, would you know a lot of the act that you did in Pittsburgh
Absolutely
all those
not.
months ago?
Absolutely not. I would have to listen to my old sets to relearn what I was doing. The advantage, though, is that 80% of what I was doing isn't even relevant topically anymore. Like I literally, like the stuff I was talking about, like I had a joke. I had a great joke about congressional hearings. What was that? Like, do you even remember that? You remember when people would get in a room and then you would retell your lie to other liars in a room? Remember that? Congressional hearings.
Yeah, I believe they threatened to do, I believe yesterday or the day before they were threatening to do more hearings about something. And like, really?
Yep.
Now? We got plenty of time.
Yeah.
Okay, well, thanks,
I
Roy.
do know when I get back out on the road, I'm using the cutouts that they use at the baseball games. That's going to be my crowd.
Oh, and I forgot to mention, when this first happened, we were wondering if there would be any Steve Bartman cutouts floating around out there. And lastly, I know that you're a big Cubs fan, but today is the anniversary. Chick, you want to tell Roy quickly what this is?
Eddie Goodell, that short little guy that Bill Veeck had bat for the St. Louis Browns.
1951.
Wearing the number 1/8 on this date in 1951. Yeah. He had the world's smallest strike zone.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then after that, I believe they amended the baseball regulations so that couldn't happen again.
Yeah, that's right.
No more stunts.
Yeah, well, but hilarious. That would be, you'd be crucified. If
Oh,
you did.
yeah.
Oh, sure, yeah.
Well, rightfully so.
Yeah.
Different times. Different times.
Yeah, that bit didn't age well.
No.
They should have made him run the bases, though.
Wait, but what year was that again, Chick?
51.
1951, yeah.
Yeah, black people had only been in the league 3 years. Different times.
Different times.
I think Larry
Way
will be.
different times.
That's right.
Okay, we'll see you. Thanks so much, Roy. You're the best. God, Roy Wood Jr. is
He
one
is
of the,
great. We
he's
love
one
you,
of the
Roy.
funniest people I've ever heard.
Good man.
Yep.
Oh, God, he's great. Let's see. A couple things coming up. Christy, give me the teaser.
Well, we have to get to our marijuana vending machine. That's right, Willie. You can buy it right out of the machine now.
Guys, if they ever get these in the state we're in, I'm never coming to work ever again.
We also got rhinos in the news. Right now, speaking of education, and because everything right now is way up in the air, who knows what's going on? We've got schools opening and then closing a week later. Colleges opening. It's crazy stuff. But maybe you're trying to get yourself something different that is, this to me is the coolest thing I've uncovered in the last few weeks. I just found out about this. It's called Masterclass. And I found that from a bunch of my friends that have been doing these things. It's classes taught by people who are the best of the best. For example, Tony Hawk teaches skateboarding. Gordon Ramsay teaches cooking. It's a very inexpensive program, and the way it works is you get all of them. Over 85 classes from a range of world-class instructors. For example, Steve Martin teaches a course on comedy. And the way it works is it'll be maybe a 10-minute segment of Steve talking to you and talking to some students. Then there'll be a bunch more of them, maybe as many as 20 lessons. But there's in today's world, of you got to get it done quick. You can do it at your own pace, and you can do all of them for one flat fee. This is a cool thing. If you've always wanted to find out, Martin Scorsese talking about some of the technical stuff about movie making. It's just incredible. I really recommend this. Check it out. And like I said, unlimited access to every masterclass. And if you're a Bob and Tom Show listener, you can get 15% off on your annual membership. Just check it out by going to masterclass.com/comedy. Now, these are not just all comedy lessons. I just happened to mention the Steve Martin one. But a lot of cool stuff out there. So check it out, masterclass.com/comedy. This is one of the coolest things we've ever talked about. I really recommend it. Masterclass.com/comedy. And find out about some stuff you don't know about, because right now some of us have the time. 15% off, masterclass.com/comedy. And coming up, by the way, my favorite name in contemporary news.
All right.
And I'm not kidding. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
This is the Bob and Tom Show. Text us at 888-262-8661. More Bob and Tom next.
Hi, this is Bob.
And this is Tom. This is Bob and Tom 24/7.
Hey, subscribe now at no cost to the Bob and Tom Show YouTube channel. Click that red subscribe button. It won't cost you a thing, and you'll join over 100,000 other Bob and Tom fans from across the world that tune in to watch Bob and Tom Tonight, Monday through Friday, 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific. And there's also Bob and Tom archive material and other highlights right there on the Bob and Tom YouTube channel. Subscribe today. It's free. And check it out. It's a little wormhole you won't be able to get out of, at least for a while. You were listening to Bob and Tom 24/7.
I'm Chick McGee with your Bob and Tom Sports Update. The number one seeds losers in their opening games, the NBA playoffs. Orlando Magic beat the Bucks 122-110. Trailblazers 100. The Lakers 93. Also, Miami Heat 113-101 win over the Indiana Pacers. And the Rockets rolled to beat the Thunder 123-108. NHL winners last night in the playoffs: Philly, Dallas, Washington, and Vegas. And Major League Baseball interleague action: Houston over Colorado, San Francisco beat the Dodgers, San Diego beat Texas, Arizona, Cleveland, Philly, and Minnesota all winning. American League winners: Tampa Bay, the White Sox, and Toronto. National League winners: the Mets, Washington, and the Chicago Cubs. I'm Chick McGee, and that's your Bob and Tom Sports.
Ladies and gentlemen, Bob and Tom.
Landmarks from around the world.
Oh,
good. Okay.
The Colosseum in Rome, right?
Sure.
They estimate about 500,000 people died in the Colosseum Games. And that's just one soccer game.
Ooh.
Hooligans out of hand there sometimes. Athens, of course, has the Parthenon. You guys referenced this when I called recently. There's a full-scale replica of the Parthenon in Nashville.
Yep.
If there's one thing the ancient Greeks loved, it's country music.
Bob and Tom in the morning and highlights all day long.
The Bob and Tom Show, weekday mornings at 6 a.m. Eastern on Bob and Tom 24/7.
Hey, this is comedian Ron White, and you're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7.
Hi, this is Ed Pinkley from Ed Pinkley Motors, the home of the Pinkley Taurus. Are you like me? Is your patio deck cluttered with trash, leaves, and moldy dog dew? Has it become stained and discolored from years of neglect? Well, if your deck is in need of a good sprucing up, have I got news for you. I'm proud to introduce my new patio deck cleaning service featuring our professional crew of ladies armed with high-performance vacuum cleaners, powerful enough to suck up any stains and debris. And what do we call our service? We call ourselves the Deck Suckers.
Call Deck Suckers when your patio's a wreck. We're Deck Suckers. Sit back and let us suck your deck.
So if you want your deck sucked, call the Deck Suckers. Whether you have a little deck or a huge deck like yours truly, Ed Pinkley, call us and find out why our customers always say, man, you guys really suck.
Call Deck Suckers. We'll get the job done quick. We're Deck Suckers. Sit back and let us suck your...
Take it from me, Ed Pinkley. It's Decalicious.
Bob and Tom.
For your information, these are two of the worst kids I have ever encountered in my life, and I worked the state fair.
We were stupid before stupid was cool.
Comedian David Crow is here with us.
I think the most intense culture in the world's got to be the Japanese. I read that they won't play Trivial Pursuit in Japan.
They won't?
No. I think these guys are afraid of their wives.
In Japan?
Well, probably.
Yeah. I know the Japanese ladies are very meek and polite in public, but you know that pent-up frustration's got to come out somewhere. And I think it's at home. They get home just, I can't believe you don't know who plays Alice on the Brady Bunch. Everybody know Ann B. Davis play Alice. Mr. Yoshikaro knew, Mr. Arakawa know, you don't know. Aunt Jemima, she the syrup lady. She don't clean for Mike and Carol. I shall bind your feet for 2 days. I mean, how do you think sushi got invented? Screw you, cook for yourself.
Comedian Mark Maron. Mark, it's hard for me to guess how old you are.
Well, I realized recently that I'm getting older, and the way I knew this was that teenage girls don't even acknowledge me as a sexual being anymore. Now, don't misunderstand me. I'm not saying I want to have sex with teenage girls, but throw me a bone. How about a smile? You know what I mean? Nothing, unless it's to turn to their friends and go, "Hey, why is that weird guy looking at us? What's he doing at the mall? Wait, get to the food court. The guard's there."
8:48 at Q95. It's the Bob and Tom Show.
Christy has an update in the weather forecast.
Q95, Fox 59 weather. Sunny today, 80. Clear tonight, down to 60. Sunny tomorrow, 82. It's sunny and 60 right now.
Thank you very much. I can see your breath. It's chilly in there.
Yeah.
Oh,
thanks.
It's a shame. We have a special show coming up on Sunday because, of course, 104th running of the Indy 500 starting at 11 o'clock. We'll have the special Bob and Tom race Indy 500 program. So hope you can join us. And we'll play some of the classics. Some of them, of course. Welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. Let's see, Chicks there. There's Ace. I'm Tom. That's Josh. Christy Lee in the Navy Federal Credit Union refrigerated newsroom.
It's ridiculous.
Willie G is over there behind the glass. And then Pat Godwin's in the other building. We got him here on the closed circuit TV. And then Jessica Alsman's broadcasting from her home. I'm sure it's very pleasant there. The temperature's just right.
Yeah, because she gets to set it.
Is your man Donnie there? Is he snoozing today?
He is. He's asleep upstairs still.
Wow, how lazy. Jeez.
He's the type that he can wake up 15 minutes before he needs to be at work, take a shower, be dressed, out the door, looks completely spiffy and professional. I don't know how he does.
Willie, be careful making fun of Donnie because he's the guy that's responsible for getting us all television sets.
Oh, if he's any sort of real man, I'm sure he can kick my ass, so I'll shut up.
No, you guys can just play video games together. And it'll be
okay, he's a great guy. Now, we have a lot to get to. We've been teasing a bunch of this stuff, so I'm hoping that we can...
Yeah. Come on.
Hello, Bob and
Tom. I do my job.
Show.
This is Dick Hitzwater sitting in for Celeste Hyman. And this is some other news. Well, the coronavirus pandemic has slammed the brakes on Philadelphia's annual Naked Bike Ride. The event always draws thousands of nude cyclists for a trip around Philadelphia. It must be disappointing for the 7,500 men and one unattractive woman who had signed up for this year's event. And by the way, if you think this coronavirus thing is bad, let's do some history. In 1817, hundreds of thousands of people died during the cholera epidemic.
Right.
140 years later, there was a much more serious mutation of the cholera epidemic. In 1958, the button-down cholera epidemic arrived in the United States.
That was correct.
Yeah. Spread mainly by accountants.
Sure.
Hey, it's right there on the teleprompter. It was killing everybody's good time until the Beatles hit the scene in 1964.
The button-down cholera epidemic.
And who doesn't love the Beatles? And who doesn't love some righteous ganja bud, huh? And that's why the marijuana vending machine is now a thing. That's right, you can buy your reefer straight from a vending machine. You know what I'm talking about, Willie.
Well,
the machines are easy to spot. Just look for the one next to the line of 14 Doritos vending machines. Hey, that Frito-Lay man is no dummy. By the way, this reporter tried to purchase a single marijuana cigarette yesterday at my favorite pot vending machine. But, of course, I got behind the guy buying 14 ounces of weed using only dimes and quarters.
Oh, man.
Hey, Sacky hack, hurry up. And finally, high on the jazz lettuce, nothing beats a pizza. Well, attention, pizza lovers. Pepperoni, America's most beloved pizza topping, is getting more expensive because of production snags at meat plants. Meanwhile, anchovies have been heard asking, "What do you think of us now, bitches?" You know what I'm talking about, Josh. Well, this has been Dick Hitzwater sitting in for Celeste Hyman, and this has been Some Other News.
Thank you very much, Dick. I was not aware of, that's terrifying, the button-down cholera epidemic.
Yeah, man. It took a lot of folks out.
Wow. Killed a lot of fun.
Yeah, sure did. Yep. That's not only the fun killer.
It's over now.
Yeah, a lot of things kill the fun.
Yeah, we got to different pandemic now.
We sure do.
Oh, yeah. Christy, what's going on over there?
Well, Mr. Hitzwater did talk about this, so we should probably do the story. Marijuana vending machines are rolling out in Colorado and Massachusetts. The pot vending machines will offer customers contactless buying at dispensaries in states where pot is legal. A Boston-based company called Anna debuted the new machines at Strawberry Field Dispensary in Pueblo, Colorado. Customers can now buy flour, edibles, and vape oils without interacting with a salesperson.
I have a question. I don't know the answer to this. I'm just curious. How do they know that you're of age?
Maybe some sort of ID scanner.
Yeah, maybe. You put your ID in.
A retina scanner, maybe?
Got a barcode on it.
They don't care.
No, I mean, would they? This seems like it'd be sort of fun for a.
Well, it's at dispensaries, and when you go to a dispensary, you have to show the person your ID. So I imagine that you have to show someone your ID just to use the vending machine.
I gotcha. So they're not in the.
I thought it was like in the hotel lobby.
Right.
No, it's not.
Okay, they're actually. It's just for.
No, I did.
It's not going to be like Diet Pepsi, Lay's potato chips, and pot.
So it's all. It's just the
it's set up
contactless way.
Like an old movie theater ticket booth taker, just outside. Probably.
Yeah,
That'd be fun.
Yeah, I was at a hotel last year. Remember those days? And they had a vending machine full of champagne.
God,
in the
only
lobby.
you.
Have you ever heard a more pretentious sentence in your life?
Things are going pretty good for you if you have a champagne vending machine.
Come on.
I hadn't heard that either.
I had to walk down 2 floors to get champagne.
I didn't get any, but I'm totally serious.
Wow, I've never seen
Was this
that.
in Colorado?
No, it was at Disney World.
What?
All right.
It was in one of the big hotels at Disney World. I'm not kidding. It was a champagne vending machine.
I can see that being sort of an impulse buy.
Yeah, you got some couple coming back, and they're
Were they full size bottles or the little?
They were the
individuals?
minis. They were
okay.
they were I don't know
Yeah.
how many ounces, but absolutely.
Huh.
So I sort of envisioned when I read about these marijuana machines that they were just sort of sitting there in the hotel lobby.
That's what I was thinking too.
No, well, yeah, the article it said they're at dispensaries, right?
Yeah, it did.
So I think you have to show someone your ID, because just to go, you can't even see any marijuana unless you show someone your ID. It starts in one room and then you go to another room.
Gotcha.
At least in Colorado. That's
okay.
when I was there and they were doing it.
Well, that's where the vending machines will be.
Yep.
Tom, so how did they card people buying the champagne?
I don't know. I don't drink champagne. So
Yeah,
I
gotcha.
didn't, but I remember walking by going, wow. Moet and Chandon, whatever it is, in the machine.
In a pretty cabinet.
Yeah, very good reference. Thank you very much.
Thanks.
Christy did a great reference to that earlier this week. Remember you did your Scaramouche, can you do the Fandango thing?
Oh, yeah.
Scaramouche story.
I guess we're going to have to wait on your great name story till after the break.
Okay, I'm looking forward to it.
Me too.
It's fabulous, and it's
It's a Japanese name.
yeah. And for those of you familiar with our
I'm glad
program,
you didn't build it up too much.
well, for those of you familiar with our program, Christy has had a history with Japanese names.
Yeah.
One of these again.
Yeah.
Oh, but it's such a good one. Is it a scary one? Just a
Both first and last name?
No.
yes.
The whole thing works? Okay.
Yes, if you combine the two together,
I'm excited.
It couldn't be funnier. I mean, it's as if
You know
some
what, I'm
comedian
not
made up
even
a
gonna
fake Japanese name.
I'm just going to let you say it.
Is one of the words harder?
No, you're getting close. When we come back, this is the Bob and Tom Show.
More Bob and Tom next. Got a comment? Our email is bobandtom@bobandtom.com.
Hi, this is Bob.
And this is Tom. This is Bob and Tom 24/7.
24/7.
Hey, it's a Wednesday, and that means BobandTomStore.com is offering great deals as they do every day. At BobandTomStore.com, you can get Bob and Tom hats, T-shirts, sweatshirts, you name it. If you're a Bob and Tom fan or have one in your life, get them some merchandise. Check it out now, BobandTomStore.com. You are listening to Bob and Tom 24/7. More of the show on the way.
Hi, everybody. Christy Lee from the Navy Federal Credit Union News Desk. The University of Notre Dame and Michigan State universities have become the latest colleges to move classes online because of the coronavirus. Officials at both schools announced the switch Tuesday. As COVID-19 makes its mark on colleges across the U.S., many are reconsidering plans to hold in-person classes or implementing new testing regimes. Others are threatening crackdowns on students who ignore social distancing rules. Over the past few days, college students at Notre Dame and at schools in North Carolina, Tennessee, Oklahoma, Vermont, Kansas, and Colorado have all tested positive. World share prices are mixed after the S&P 500 logged a fresh all-time high. European indexes opened little changed on Wednesday. U.S. futures were slightly lower. And this year's Sturgis Motorcycle Rally drew more than 460,000 vehicles during the 10-day event. That's according to a count released by South Dakota transportation officials. The count is a decrease of nearly 8% from last year, but showed many were undeterred by the coronavirus pandemic. And that's your news. I'm Christy Lee. More of the Bob and Tom Show coming up.
Ladies and gentlemen, Bob and Tom.
Be with a woman, be with a man, be whatever you want to be. Take pictures of your rumpus. Just don't send any to me. Buttocks, gluteus maximus, fanny or derriere. As far as I'm concerned, you can put whatever you want in there. What you do with your butt? It's your damn business.
Seeing butts makes me blush. Makes my face all ruddy. Hey, it's Chick McGee, my number one butt buddy.
Bob and Tom in the morning and highlights all day long.
The Bob and Tom Show, weekday mornings at 6 a.m. Eastern on Bob and Tom 24/7.
Bob and Tom 24/7.
My workday's done. Go grab a shower. Let's hit the pub. It's happy hour. If we get bombed, who gives a damn? I'm not as drunk as you think I am. Those chicks right there don't look too good, but 3 more beers, I guess I would. It's either them or my right hand. I'm not as think as you drunk I am. So buy another round. We'll sit right here and drink them down. Get everyone another beer. You'll have to kick us out of here. Say, are you girls waiting on your friends? What did you say? You're lesbians. Bartender, cancel those 2 drinks. I'm not as in as you drunk, I think. This beer is moving like a train. I think my lizard needs a drain. But first I'll have a double shot. I'm drunk, you think, as you am is not. So buy another round. We'll sit right here and drink them down. Get everyone another beer. You'll have to kick us out of here.
902 Q95. It's the Bob and Tom Show.
Christy Lee's got a quick forecast.
Q95, Fox 59 weather, brought to you by the CarX Man. Couldn't get much better than this. Sunshine 80, clear down to 60, mostly sunny and 82 on Thursday. Sunny and 60 currently.
Thank you very much. Now, Josh.
Yes.
The sunshine will be gleaming through your new windows from our friends at Window Nation. They just put in their 1 millionth window, not at your place, by the way.
Right.
They'd already cleared the 1 millionth hurdle. And I believe you have 5 new ones. Is that correct?
That's exactly right. I will. Yep.
The beauty of that is you only have to pay for, well, let's see. If you buy 2, you get 4.
2.5?
Yeah, well, let's not split hairs here, or windows. Here's what's going on at Window Nation. WindowNation.com. Deferred payments for 2 years, 50% off all style windows, plus 0 down, 0 interest for 2 years at WindowNation.com.
That's right. They've got over 1,500 window styles to choose from, all of which designed for this area.
Collect them all.
Yes, which is important.
Yeah. You don't have the same windows you'd have in California that you'd have here or in Florida. These are great windows. Window Nation's got them all. And once again, deferred payments for 2 years, 50% off all style windows, plus 0 down, and pay 0 interest for 2 years. Our friends at Window Nation. Visit windownation.com. And remember that you buy 2, you get 4. Do the math on this and keep going unlimited in that aspect. Welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. Ace, Chick, Josh, Tom, Willie, Christy, Jessica. It's a big crowd here. And Pat Godwin, we're all here.
Man, we do have a big crowd.
Oh, ready to go.
This is ridiculous.
Remember?
There are more people here than are listening to us. You hear what I said, Willie?
No. Sports is over. Okay, sorry. I'm reading about these vending machines.
Swift but accurate.
So, as soon as I saw the headline, marijuana vending machines.
Yeah, I would have thought anywhere.
Yeah, here's a little something about you, though. This marijuana vending machine.
Right.
He steps in and goes, well, how do they know how old the people are checking the vending machine? You actually thought that the people who invented this, put the machines into place, hadn't thought of, well, there might be kids coming up there for marijuana. You thought that through your help, if it hadn't been for you, they would have been selling marijuana to toddlers.
Just willy-nilly.
That's exactly what you.
Because they don't care. They just want to sell it.
Well, of course they had to find age or
So the machines are only in dispensaries.
I mean, I don't know. I haven't used one, but in my experience, when you go to a dispensary, you go into one room. They give you the idea, and then you go into another room. It's not like you go into a liquor store where you can just walk around willy-nilly and then they card you to make sure you're good to go. So I imagine you go in another room, and then you can get whatever you need.
This is a pandemic thing. This is so you don't have to be in contact with the salesperson. This isn't
but I bet they've been
like a diet soda machine.
Here's how I envision this.
Of course.
God.
You know the vending machines they have down in the other building?
Yeah.
And they've got those screw things that
where it drops out.
They unwind and it drops out.
You're a screw.
Can you imagine some stoner takes his jar of quarters and pennies and nickels and it goes up to the machine, feeds it all in, hits whatever F3, and it doesn't come out.
I bet they don't have. It doesn't take money. I bet it's only credit card.
Yeah, and I don't know if you've bought weed from a dispensary lately, but it is not the coin prices.
Not a Mars bar.
$4.95
Willie,
for a joint.
Is there a limit to the amount that you can buy in a dispensary?
Yeah, so in Colorado, back when I was there, the amount was 2 ounces of marijuana. But then things get a little foggy because when you're dealing with hash oil, a gram of hash oil can get you way more stoned than a gram of weed will, say. So it's very tricky state by state. But yeah, there are limits.
Now, Willie and I were skiing last year, and I drove over to the marijuana dispensary with him.
Yeah, to see what it was like.
It was hilarious. And it's you get in line, and then you
can't imagine.
You get ID'd like crazy. They only allow 6-8 people in the store.
Yeah.
But the cool part to me was the guy that we were dealing with. This guy knew everything about this pot.
Oh, I would hope so. I would think so and hope so.
He would say, this does this, this does that.
Did you do the T-shade line or the waiting for my man line? or anything like that?
I said, hey, bro.
Easy Rider, store-bought cigarette.
Got a lid?
No, he was very, very respectful. He was very interested. Now, these salves, these lotions, what are these? Do they do anything? And
I was buying...
he ended up just leaving something with CBD in it.
I was buying for some various people in our we had a huge group of people with us, and I was buying, what was it, CBD oil for the...
Yeah, CBD oils. Basically, so there are edibles with THC that'll get you stoned, and then there are edibles with CBD that does not get you stoned, but it gives you the feel-good body effect.
Yeah, also for people, and we were getting creams for people that had fallen. In any event, I'm trying to remember, did we pay with a credit card or cash? I thought it was cash.
We paid with a credit card. Thank you for buying me all that weed that day, Dad. That was very nice of you.
So now I'm on some list somewhere?
Probably.
Sure. I don't think it's a list somewhere. I don't think it's that big of a deal, to be honest. I think in the future we're going to look back on this and say, man, isn't that so crazy that we were selling booze, but we were afraid of selling pot?
No, I understand your point there, but you don't have the natural paranoia that I have. I assume every time I use a credit card, I'm getting on some list. All I know is, who knows? We'll be on this show. We'll be on this show one day. I happened to mention. Remember this? We were talking about Jeeps.
Oh, that's the
And I
computer.
mentioned, I've had like 5 Jeep Cherokees, love them, they're great. And then all of a sudden, every time I turn on my computer, there's the new Jeep Cherokees.
Yeah,
Right there.
listening.
It's I mean, so I think if you buy pot in Colorado, suddenly you're on a. Yeah, I did get a thing the other day about some green emerald trophy or something. So
what's that?
Some pot award. I guess it's like the Oscars of marijuana.
Well, there's the Cannabis Cup. The High Times magazine does the Cannabis Cup every year. That's a big deal.
Yeah, this must be something similar to that. What does the statue look like? Is it just like a marijuana plant, or
I don't know.
Guy playing hacky sack?
Yeah, exactly. They probably have hacky sack trophies.
A lot of great trophies are cups. This will probably be more of a bowl.
Yeah.
I would think.
Or a bong. It should be a bong. That's what it should be.
I mean, it's incredible though. Like these companies, they try year round. They make all these new things. It's really cool science and stuff they're doing. You guys are the real heroes. All the weed growers out there, you're the real heroes of this country. No, that's not true.
Yeah, unless you have any kind of mental illness, but
wouldn't it be funny if one of them
goes without
suddenly the Corona thing? You're not going to believe this, but this Maui Wowie.
Oh man,
very good. Now we have time, I think, to get to this story.
Living in and around a huge airport isn't easy, but for one stubborn Japanese farmer, it's actually his home.
What?
Yeah, this farmer, his family's been growing vegetables on the same farm for over 100 years.
Yes.
But it's part of a village of around 30 families surrounded by open fields. But his farm stands alone in the middle of the Narita Airport, Japan's second largest airport.
No kidding.
Yes, and jets fly overhead 24 hours a day. The only way for him to get to his farm fields is to go through underground tunnels.
Weird.
But that's not even the weird part.
And that's not why I pulled this story from the International Newswire.
He's been fighting to keep his farm for over 2 decades, and I'm doing the story so we could get to it. And even refused an offer of $1.7 million for his farm.
Oh my
God!
God!
He's still farming.
It's one of those things where you see the thing where there's like one house and the guy refuses to sell.
Sure.
And they build the building around.
So they don't have eminent domain in Japan.
Yeah, apparently
not.
Yeah, like up, but it probably doesn't hurt the airplanes if there's a guy growing corn there. But
his name, Tom?
You're going to have to. Can you everybody get a pen and a paper?
Yeah.
Sure. And maybe we'll let Josh take a crack at this.
Okay, his first name is spelled T-A.
Hang on a second. I got to get near the button just in case. Okay.
T-A-K-A-O. That's his first name.
Okay.
Yeah.
His second name.
Yeah.
So that would be
Taco.
Takao.
Takeo, probably.
Or maybe Taka.
Taka?
Yeah, Taka.
Oh, come on.
T-A-K-E-O.
Taka.
Let's go Taka.
Let's just get to it.
All right, the second name.
S.
H.
I. So it's S-H-I, then...
T.
Yeah.
O.
Okay, so Takao Shito.
Shito.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a she.
Takao Shito.
It's not necessarily
Let me ask you something, Tom.
Taka.
When you saw this story and
He
that guy's
giggled.
name, how long did you laugh?
Oh, look at him.
Tears rolling down his face.
Taka.
I was by myself. It's 4 a.m. And I saw the guy's name was T-A-K.
Oh.
Takao Shito.
You think it's Takao? Okay.
It's either Shito or
I'm not trying to, I wasn't trying to be.
No.
You might be right.
Is it shy?
If there are other people in the bathroom.
I was doing she more like she.
You notice I didn't even try.
Yeah, perhaps one of our.
It's like chi is C-H-I.
Oh, yes, exactly. Yeah.
Okay.
So
I think the real problem with this guy, this guy's the last person in the world with any integrity. Just sell your farm and make $1.8 million.
Yeah. What's your problem, weirdo?
He likes farming.
I'm tired.
Nothing matters to me.
I totally get that.
Nothing matters to me.
I don't know. Yeah.
Do you see there's a woman in China, I think, the same, maybe China, Japan. She has her house, wouldn't give up her house, and they literally built the freeway totally around her. I don't know how she gets in and out.
You're talking about Pincha Lofa.
What a crotchety old.
I read about her,
Yeah.
I'm not moving. I'm going
She is not moving.
Pincha It doesn't really sound like a name of Chinese extraction.
It doesn't.
We'll go with it.
Take a.
Let's just go with it. The I sound.
Yeah.
Oh man. Thank you very much.
Don't mind if I do.
Thank you.
I'm surprised he didn't dump that name.
Hey, we'll be right back.
You know, that might be a fun kind of movie. An hour and a half, a 90-minute thing about this guy who farms at an airport. And the airport wants him out, and he wants to stay. And
can't wait for him to.
John Hamm is sort of the American ambassador that has to step in and.
You just want to see that first scene where they hand him the guy's name and he goes, seriously? Okay, well, I'm sure over there it's meaningless.
I'm sure everybody
doesn't mean that.
No,
of course not.
Probably.
What if it was Japanese for going number 2?
Hey, he won't sell his house and he won't change his name. He's got honor.
He does.
I'd like you to meet number 2 son. The poor guy.
You have dishonored the Shito name.
By putting it on this number 2 pencil. Not funny.
I don't know. Do you guys remember? I think a couple weeks ago we had that story about Shito mac and cheese, right?
Yeah, that's right.
I don't remember that.
That was Cheetos.
Cheetos.
Oh.
Cheetos are spelled the same.
Hey, look at the time.
I want to, let's on a lighter note. Or no, maybe not a lighter note. Odd times we are living in, we're all aware of that. And a lot of the commercials on TV play that sad music. Okay, we get it. We know what's going on. But this is something positive. If you're dealing with a situation, the situation is ED. Erectile dysfunction, no fun. You lost your mojo, whatever you want to call it. But guess what? You've been hearing about it for years. There are some pharmaceuticals that can give you a, shall we say, leg up. You know what I'm talking about. With a place called Roman, which is a pharmaceutical distributor, it's easy to talk about because you're dealing with a healthcare professional online. And it's simple, it's safe, and totally discreet. You don't have to go to your family doctor. You don't have to worry about gossip around town or whatever. With Roman, you get a free online evaluation with a medical professional that will work with you to see if one of these treatments might be working for you. And if the medication is indeed appropriate, Roman will ship it to you with their famous free 2-day shipping, which costs how much, Jeff?
It's free.
That's why they named it free 2-day shipping. The whole process, very straightforward, very simply. Go to GetRoman.com/wood and complete the free online visit. That's right. It's a free online visit with a medical professional. Get part of your life back. Once again, it's GetRoman.com/wood. And if approved, by the way, something brand new for Bob and Tom Show listeners, you get a $15 knocked right off that first order of ED treatment. And then don't forget the free 2-day shipping. GetRoman.com/wood. You can take care of it today. And what is today? Tuesday? This weekend. All right. Look who's back for the party. GetRoman.com/wood. $15 off. That's GetRoman.com/wood. Tell them the Bob and Tom Show sent you. Coming up, the lovely comedian Allie Breen. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
This is Bob and Tom 24/7.
Hey, treat yourself to a Bob and Tom VIP membership, including watching the live 7-camera video stream of the show as it happens each and every morning. You can also listen to the Bob and Tom Show commercial-free and on demand with our daily podcast. And as a member, you get access to the archives and the complete album library. It costs a little extra, but it's worth it. If you're a huge Bob and Tom fan, treat yourself to a VIP membership. Again, check it out now at bobandtom.com/VIP.
Hi, everybody. Christy Lee from the Navy Federal Credit Union Entertainment News Desk. Some U.S. moviegoers will be able to see Christopher Nolan's Tenet a few days early. Warner Brothers announced it would be offering early access screenings starting August 31st as a gesture of support to many domestic theaters that are reopening after 5 months of being closed due to COVID-19. The $200 million spy thriller starring John David Washington will open more widely in the U.S. on September 3rd. Tenet is the first major new Hollywood movie to be released in theaters since most locations shuttered in mid-March. Britney Spears says in court documents she's strongly opposed to having her father return as conservator of her person, which gave him control over her major life decisions for most of the past 12 years. The documents were filed yesterday, and it says Spears asked Jody Montgomery permanently take over that role, which Montgomery has served on a temporary basis. Britney's father, James Spears, will keep his separate role as conservator over her finances. And the American Jazz Museum in Kansas City, Missouri will hold an outdoor sax salute to Charlie Parker Saturday to celebrate the 100th anniversary of his birth. Musicians are encouraged to join students from the museum's Bird Boot Camp in the salute, which will be outdoors, but social distancing is encouraged. And that's your news. I'm Christy Lee. More of the Bob and Tom Show coming up.
Ladies and gentlemen, Bob and Tom.
It's the All Request Show with Jimmy Pardo, and it's coming up.
Yeah, this Friday.
Have you been back on stage at all?
No, I have not been on stage doing standing-up comedy since February 2nd. Is the last time I did it.
I'm not trying to be mean when I ask this. Have you done your show, your act, just for like a mirror, just to keep it in your head?
No. This Friday thing's going to be a disaster.
Bob and Tom in the morning and highlights all day long.
The Bob and Tom Show, weekday mornings at 6 a.m. Eastern on Bob and Tom 24/7.
Hi, this is Greg Warren, and you're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7.
Today is every Monday, a morning college lecture. Taking notes on Socrates and other useless crap. From Kierkegaard to Nietzsche and all those stupid douchebags who couldn't find their asses with a flashlight and a map. I've heard it all before. I failed this class last year. I know exactly what this lecture needs. A wet t-shirt contest with the girls from Master Beta, the Kappas and the Thetas, and that redhead in my row. We'll spray them with cold water, they'll jiggle and read Plato. I'll cheer them on as Aristotle Jr. starts to grow. That's when I wake up. Monday mornings suck. Monday mornings really suck. It's another Monday morning, our weekly office meeting. I'm very much hungover and this room is really bright. My dumbass boss starts talking about how to cut expenses. I should have stayed in bed and tapped that girl I met last night. I've heard this crap before. I should raise my hand. I know exactly what this meeting needs. A wet t-shirt contest with the ladies from accounting, plus all the secretaries and that one girl I don't know. Jump on the conference table, we'll spray them with cold water. Their shirts become transparent and their tatas start to show. That's when I wake up. Monday mornings suck.
921 Q95. It's the Bob and Tom Show.
Thank you, legendary.
Gosh, you can't do that.
Thank you, legendary paying attention Ace Cosby. We now turn to
I can't wait to get back on the air. Boy, that's going to be fun, huh?
Q95, Fox 59 weather brought to you by the Car X Man. Sunshine 80, clear tonight down to 60. Mostly sunny tomorrow, 82. Currently sunshine and 64 degrees.
Hey, Christy, I don't know if you're aware of this, but I did a little bit of reverse engineering. And I installed the electronic thing over to Chick's seat. You want to try pressing the button?
Right?
Yeah.
Cry, loser.
It's my anus.
It's on your skeleton.
You could see right through me at one point.
Wow, I didn't know you had a tongue down there.
Yeah, right?
That happened.
Ladies and gentlemen, we got it on the air. Kinda. Woo!
Hey, we got a special show Sunday for the 104th running of the 8500. Details coming up.
Can't make.
Welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. All right, time to boogie. Ready?
Bougie.
Bougie. Let me see now. Got quite a contrast going here.
What do you mean?
I'm looking at the lower right screen there.
Everybody matches their background.
It's really interesting. We have being broadcast through closed circuit television or whatever the hell this is. On the left there, we have the lovely brunette with the blue eyes, Jessica Alsman.
And the brunette background, more or less.
And then on the right, we have the lovely Allie Breen, beautiful blonde hair and blue eyes.
And the blonde background.
And then we have, and now suddenly we have just Pat Godwin.
Jesus, Mary and Joseph.
All right, whoever did that.
Don't ever do that again.
You guys are so mean.
We've been really light on you today, Pat.
Well, that's to make up for how mean we were to him yesterday when he wasn't here.
Yeah. Heard all about it. My mom called me crying.
Now, is Allie frozen or is she
perfectly still?
How great if she wasn't.
Yeah.
She just
Oh, yeah, she's
really good at this.
Okay,
Allie, I don't know if you can hear us. Your picture is frozen.
Give it a shot.
Better you've become a Stepford wife.
Raise it up into the air or something.
There we go.
Okay,
now she's sideways.
Oh, and
I don't know.
there we go. Oh, this is even better now. You're sideways.
I'm upside down on mine. I can't figure this out.
Oh, okay, weird, yeah.
Oh my gosh.
We're on the YouTube.
All right.
I know this is radio and makes no sense.
There you go.
Okay, there we go. Let's see.
Did that work?
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. Let me get the.
How we feel now?
Let me get what's
At
going on.
least it didn't fall and show anything
Oh, are you on the floor?
inappropriate.
Do you have a 4?
No, are you
No, she's on the floor.
Okay.
I
Allie,
have
Background.
Yeah, thank you. I'm in Cape Cod, and the desk doesn't line up with my face. I have no fake stand to put up, so I put this on a table in front of the fireplace, and it's working great.
Are you at Hyannisport? Look at that. Look at that
great old
that
fireplace.
beautiful. Beautiful fireplace. Whose place? Oh, can you say
have
whose place
quite a
this
life.
is, or did you finally meet Mr. Wright?
No, I wish. I'm with my dad and his family. I was with my mom and her family for 2 weeks. Now I'm with my dad and his family.
This sounds more complicated than my life.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just keep fleeing New York. New York's like a giant homeless shelter right now. It's just terrible. So I just keep leaving.
Okay.
I don't blame you.
Now, let's see. So, Allie Breen can be reached, by the way. ALLIBREEN, if you have a question about perhaps your love life, there's problems in the world of romance. We have several veterans of failed relationships here.
Who better to comment?
Yeah.
We're all experienced.
Hang on. Does anybody here have... Nope. We're perfect. Now, you've never been married, right, Allie?
No, never.
Okay. What
I'm
is your
never
longest...
planning on
May I
getting
ask
married.
what your longest sustained romance was?
Yeah, 6 years.
Oh, wow.
That's a good run. What happened to him?
know. It's a long run. We're still actually really good friends.
Yeah, let's relive that. What did he do to you? Yeah, that's a great topic.
It could have been worse because the one thing they teach is never ask a question you don't know the answer to. So she could have said something like, well, he tragically died after a long battle with a lion.
Yeah.
Well, he dug both of his eyes out with a grapefruit spoon. And
that story was an ice pick.
Yeah, that's right. I tried to be funny with it. I didn't want to say ice pick.
Okay, well, for the long-time show listeners know about the ice pick.
Grapefruit spoon is worse, actually.
Yeah, the ice pick hunk. Wow. I got a question that's totally unrelated to anything, Allie. Perfect. Can we start with that?
Absolutely.
And
What's
this is
that?
true. There's no comedy here. I'm not kidding. This is a friend of mine. There's no, and I'm totally serious here.
All right.
A friend of mine, acquaintance of mine, really has been deaf for his life, and now he has that.
Again with this story?
It's fascinating to me. He's got is it pronounced cochlear ear implant? And I ran into him yesterday. I was talking to him, and he's had it in for a little more than a year, and so now he can actually hear music for the first time. And he's a guy of a certain age, and you kind of want to go, I wonder what I should, what do you say to someone who's never been able to hear music?
You mind your own business and say, that's great, and move on.
Right.
You don't try to give him a syllabus about stuff he should listen to, which is what you're going to do.
And why does Allie care?
Yes, why did poor Allie care?
Allie is a woman of taste and style.
She froze again.
As opposed to talking to Chick.
Oh, no.
Allie's frozen again.
Either that or she immediately got Bell's palsy.
Although she looks like she's trying to whistle.
I'm an animal.
And doesn't have any teeth.
Well, she's really enjoying this segment.
Okay, sorry.
I think she's fine. She's in Cape Cod.
Yeah, I'm not feeling too bad for her.
I can't believe she agreed to take time out to talk to us.
So, Jessica, if you were talking to someone who was maybe 40-ish years of age that had never been able to hear music before,
God,
isn't that fascinating to me?
It is fascinating.
It's fascinating to you. That's great.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to get some recommendations.
I got 3 words for you.
It sure as hell is
CCR.
2 weeks from now,
We'll be talking
hearing
about
the
this.
same damn
Yep.
crap all morning.
Yep.
My fake anger about this is off the chart.
Well, Allie's back, so she can.
Yeah, I had that cut off at the crux of the story. So all I hear is you're about to give a guy a bad playlist who's never heard before in his entire life.
Yeah, that was it.
That's fine. That's fine. Your bad attitude
That's
will
the
be
crux.
it'll be noted.
Pretty much
just because you're an attractive, beautiful woman doesn't mean that I'm going to put up with this.
Hey, quick, read a letter before you freeze again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
honestly.
So what have you got there?
Dear Allie, I keep getting called shallow because I don't want to date a guy with a net worth below $250,000.
She's right.
All right.
She is shallow.
I just think people with a high net worth are more interesting because they're clearly
no.
more motivated.
No, she's wrong.
She is shallow and a gold digger.
I swear to God, I like her.
Why?
Because she knows what she likes
That's
and
right.
she doesn't
Not
care.
afraid about saying
she
it.
go for it.
You
She
know
finds
what?
you a rich man.
And she
Puts it
will.
out there.
Yeah.
She'll
Yeah.
find her a rich guy.
Josh, are you saying that because
Speak truth to action.
Oh, I don't fall into this category at all. But
Yes, now if you'd like Josh's net worth, right now it's about minus 382 because of a bicycle incident involving Amazon.com.
And some sort of derailleur.
Which we're not going to get into on the air. Yikes. No, she's an awful human being. Let her.
no, so what is it? So she's saying, hey, I want people to stop
She
calling me
says-
shallow?
And then she says, also, is it really wrong for me to want someone who can take care of me?
No, go for it. You're fine. Who cares what everybody else says?
I think she'll find, though, that as soon as you start putting parameters on who you want to meet, you're going to meet the exact opposite. I mean, that's the way life is. And exactly when you don't expect it. And yada, yada, yada. Right?
How do you find, first of all, how do you find that out?
Like me, I'll never date a bearded lady, and son of a gun. There she comes.
There she is. Love of your life.
I wouldn't call it a beard. I would just call it nice sideburns.
She's a little hairier than most.
Yeah,
but my
sure.
point
I like
is,
the way her sideburns remind me of Neil Young. They go all the way down to her neckline.
Does she ask to
Allie,
see a
did you-
W-2 or what?
Yeah,
I mean, how
thank
does
you.
she know?
that's the
Allie, did
thing.
you ever see the show? I think it was called Who Wants to Marry a Millionaire?
Oh, yes.
Yes.
And it was
Didn't they get sued?
No, it was
Didn't
a
something
mess.
go terribly wrong?
Yeah, what went terribly wrong was the guy that was a faux millionaire.
Joe Millionaire.
Yeah.
Right?
I think so. Different show.
I
That
think
was a different show, yeah.
No, it was called Who
Different
Wants to Marry a
networks,
Millionaire, right? And what was the guy's name? He was a comedian.
Yeah, he was.
He was a comedian.
Rockwell,
Yeah,
Rick Rockwell.
Rick Rockwell.
And it turned out
Darva
apparently
Conger.
that his net worth was based on some property that apparently was more, I don't know.
He owned in San Diego, yeah.
Yeah.
But the whole thing was just awful. Darva
Once they heard
Conger.
that he was a comedian, they must have known his net worth was below $1 million.
No joke.
First clue.
yeah, he's going to fund their wedding
Oh,
with
said the comedian from Cape Cod.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, whatever you say.
Living off my parents.
comedians are good at paying for weddings as long as you're paying with drink tickets.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
They pay
And
for the
buffalo wings.
reception. Thank you. Thank you very much.
So, Josh, your contention is if this woman, all she wants to do is go out with rich guys.
Because she finds them interesting.
I bet she doesn't find them interesting.
You know what? I'm giving her the benefit of the doubt. I like that she's defined who she wants to be with, and she's going for it.
I can give you a real quick list of really rich people that are not interesting at all. I know a bunch of them.
What's the question? Why? I don't understand why she's talking about this.
Her friends are saying
She's
that she's
just
shallow.
asking. Totally. She's asking if it's really wrong if she's really shallow.
No,
And
go
she
for it.
doesn't think so.
I hope he's a billionaire, whoever you meet. Good.
I bet the opposite could happen, though, that it's clear that she can meet a guy who's pretending to be a millionaire, fall in love, and then he's not.
Right.
Or she's just like,
I
oh,
guess
you have
that's
a
the test.
you have
And
a
then
bunch-
she dumps him, and then she's shallow.
Or
there you go.
You find a guy and it's like, oh, great, you have a net worth of $300,000. How'd you get it? Oh, you steal money from old people. That's fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, that's part.
Hey, so long as her bills get paid.
Yeah, she was
And
taken
that
care
guy's
of.
motivated and interesting, I guess.
That's interesting. Somebody who robs old people. That's creative.
I was told.
Yeah, how do you rob old people? Where do you start?
Well, Jake, you start in Ohio.
Where do you get your marks?
Okay, here we go. I was told a friend of mine, this is absolutely true. She worked at a bank, a bank teller, but also kind of behind the scenes at the bank. And she would only flirt with the guys based on their account balance.
All right. I love this.
Okay, all right.
But this does sound like a
Did it work
rom-com.
for her?
Rom-com. She only dates rich guys, and they're all creeps. And then, of course, one of the guys takes her water skiing, and she ends up, getting the old CH from the ski instructor. what?
What's CH?
What the hell is a CH?
It's a code.
Josh got it.
CH.
Let's move on.
Jesus. Whatever it is, it made him laugh, so I'm happy.
Is that
It
short
made
for
Josh
sea hunt?
blush.
That's a different letter.
The old CH.
Did it work for this woman? Did she end up marrying?
Well,
a
no,
guy?
she'd probably fall in love with the guy who helped, who runs the marina where the rich guy keeps his boat or
Yeah,
something.
that'd be the rom-com.
Yeah.
Well, so Josh, maybe you're right. I don't know.
I like her.
You don't
Go
want to get
for
the
it.
old CH anyway. So
Okay.
Whatever that is.
I need to know what that is.
I'll
I've never seen Josh
Tom
blush.
doesn't know either.
Oh, no,
well,
I
there's
know.
lots of stuff. CH, DU, PS.
I'm sorry, Allie.
Of course,
Let's get to it.
FO.
We have time at least for one more letter.
Dear Allie, since me and my boyfriend moved in together, she just seems to snap at me for no reason. She'll eventually snap out of it, no pun intended, and sometimes even apologize, but then it just keeps happening again.
What you got there is a woman.
Your hands is a lady.
See, they're different than men.
So there's irrational behavior happening. I'm sorry.
Go on. We interrupted.
That's it. He just ended with help. He just wants her to stop snapping at him.
All right. Well, all right.
I
First off,
could I just say before you start, Josh, I think we have to put an asterisk on each one of these things.
yeah.
Because right now everybody is suffering, and
Of course.
everybody has some kind of whatever you want to call it, PTSD from Corona.
Right.
Everybody is not themselves.
And I make jokes about the woman snapping at her and then eventually apologizing, but you're probably also not listening very well. That's half the problem. So just listen to her and, just take it easy.
Obey.
Things will be all right. She's going to snap at you and apologize. That's just how this works, isn't it?
That's how it works.
I would think so.
Yeah.
At least
I
she
mean-
says she's sorry.
Yes.
Well, it says sometimes.
Glass half full.
Sometimes. Well, the
Even
other times it was
sometimes
probably something
apologizes.
you didn't or did do that she asked you to or not to do.
Or she's just an awful human being, and you're stuck.
Well, there's that possibility.
That happens.
Get out
it
now.
does.
Yeah,
He should just throw the old CH, see if that helps.
Whatever that is.
I have
the
no
CH.
idea.
I kind of like it as a filler term.
The old CH. You know what I'm talking about.
CH.
I can't wait to get off the air for you to tell me what CH is.
I cannot wait for this break to be over.
Do we have one more
We're going to
letter,
have to
Allie?
text Allie and let her know.
Yeah, sure. Dear Allie, my friend swears that the best way to bag a man forever is to do stuff to his butt. Can the guys tell me if this is true?
I like the term "do stuff to your butt." I like that.
Butt stuff
How
is
to
the best.
bag a guy forever?
Tell you what.
Well, first, so if we combine all these letters,
First, give her the old CH.
Really, CH has to do with doing stuff to your butt. Really?
yeah.
It does?
Oh, I figured it out.
Oh, I got it.
Wow.
Think of a baggie.
If you don't live in the Midwest, you don't call it bags. You call it.
There we go. There we go.
Right.
So wait a second. So
And I am so confused right now.
well,
too.
we have to be very delicate here, but apparently,
Yeah.
I wouldn't agree with that.
I wouldn't
number
agree
one.
with that either.
Oh, you guys are nuts. Of course this is true.
You know, the
think
man's
it de-
prostate's right there.
It
The
depends on the
anus
guy.
is just a bundle of nerves. It's there to be stimulated.
How dare you call me that?
Anus.
Just a bundle of nerves today.
Yeah, it's not my thing. So I had somebody knock on the back door one time, and I didn't like it.
No?
But I have another buddy that just swears by it.
I'll tell you.
Don't you suspect him? It's just like, how do I hang out with you?
I think the hardest I have laughed at a comedy club involves Chad Daniels and this topic.
Yes.
And
that bit is amazing.
I won't expand on
You're
it.
right.
I don't want to ruin it. I almost came out of my chair laughing.
Yes.
So, yeah, that's, I think, there's a, I don't know.
That's a personal thing. I don't think all guys are into that.
I don't think
so.
this is going to be the deal closer for
Right.
anybody.
Right.
Allie, we have to move on.
Right.
Allie, you remain the best. Thank you so much.
Enjoy your time.
Thanks,
in Cape
guys.
Cod.
If people
I
have
will. Thank you so much.
love trouble, ALLIBREEN on all social media. Do you have any more gigs coming up? You back on Long Island?
No, it got canceled, and then my Hartford gig got canceled. So I got nothing on the books.
Man.
I know. They were both indoors, so they're not doing them quite yet.
Gotcha.
But yeah, I'll let you know when stuff comes back around.
Okay. Now, just real quick. So you're at this house with how many people?
4 people.
Okay.
All right. Well, enjoy Cape Cod. My goodness.
If you're there next week, would you mind making a fire for us?
Oh, that'd be cool.
And I'll tell him to fix the
Does he
Wi-Fi.
Airbnb that place out? I've always wanted to go to Cape Cod.
Yeah.
No, well, they're just renting it for the month.
Okay.
So it's not our house.
Well, tell them to rent it next month, too. and I'll
We're
just-
Airbnbing it.
Tell them to rent it next month.
Taking a month.
We'll do the show from there.
It sounds great.
Yeah. Oh, thanks very much. Thank you, Allie.
See you, Allie.
Oh man, that's great.
Does H stand for whole?
It does.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
And C is a vegetable.
Yeah. What's Greg Warren's special called?
Get it, Christy?
Okay, yeah, now I know.
Enough.
The old,
Put down your paintbrushes.
That's right.
Okay.
I didn't know.
Let's move forward here. I want to remind you that I rented this place for a couple of weekends.
It did not have a Sleep Number bed.
And the bed was like a giant marshmallow, or actually like a small marshmallow, incredibly gooey and soft. And I could barely get out of the bed. My back hurt so much. The point
Covered
is
in ants.
the Sleep Number. Don't get me off topic here.
Okay.
The Sleep Number bed adjusts to the firmness level that you want. For example, Chick McGee, your Sleep Number setting is
100.
That is a nice firm
I
mattress.
like the non-marshmallow mattress.
And then we have Christy Lee, your setting is
35.
which is, shall we say, waterbed-like. So it's very important right now with all the things going on to get some quality sleep, and the Sleep Number folks are aware of that, and that's why they have just created the biggest sale of the year. And this really is the bed buying season. I don't know exactly how this happened in American culture.
I don't either.
But this is when everyone's talking beds. Well, this is the biggest sale of the year from Sleep Number. And I'm telling you, I really genuinely love my Sleep Number bed. And just to be real quick, the way it works is you can set either side of the bed at whatever setting you want at the touch of a button. So if she or he likes it that way, they get it. It should be called the Have It Your Way bed, but Have It Your Way is probably a slogan owned by somebody else. It's the biggest sale of the year. That's the key here. Sleep Number. Go to your Sleep Number store. Tell them the Bob and Tom Show sent you. Did I mention a limited time? 50% on a Sleep Number 360. 50% off on that limited edition smart bed right now. And a bunch of stuff's going on at the Sleep Number store. This is the perfect time to check it out. Shop your way at a Sleep Number store or online. Go to sleepnumber.com/BT show. Now, we're going to move on. We got a lot to get to, and we're going to come up back with a little bit of a history.
Oh, nice.
A little bit of a knowledge coming your way. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
This is the Bob and Tom Show, brought to you in part by Navy Federal Credit Union, proudly serving the armed forces, DoD, veterans, and their families. Our members are the mission, insured by NCUA. This is the Bob and Tom Show. Bob and Tom 24/7.
Hey, don't forget, for everything Bob and Tom, check out one spot, bobandtom.com. All the latest highlights, news, information, links to our social media sites. We know you kids love your social media. And, of course, much, much more. You can even see Josh on there belittling Willie for drinking out of jars. You jar drinkers are popular. Josh found out the hard way after he got windbagged. That's all right there at bobandtom.com.
I'm Chick McGee with your Bob and Tom Sports Update. The number one seeds, losers in their opening games, the NBA playoffs. Orlando Magic beat the Bucks 122-110. Trailblazers 100. The Lakers 93. Also, Miami Heat, 113-101 win over the Indiana Pacers, and the Rockets roll to beat the Thunder, 123-108. NHL winners last night in the playoffs, Philly, Dallas, Washington, and Vegas. And Major League Baseball interleague action, Houston over Colorado, San Francisco beat the Dodgers, San Diego beat Texas, Arizona, Cleveland, Philly, and Minnesota all winning. American League winners, Tampa Bay, the White Sox, and Toronto. National League winners, the Mets, Washington, and the Chicago Cubs. I'm Chick McGee, and that's your Bob and Tom Sports Update.
Ladies and gentlemen, Bob and Tom.
Landmarks from around the world.
Oh, good. Okay.
The Colosseum in Rome, right?
Sure.
They estimate about 500,000 people died in the Colosseum Games. And that's just one soccer game.
Ooh.
Hooligans out of hand there sometimes. Athens, of course, has the Parthenon. You guys referenced this when I called recently. There's a full-scale replica of the Parthenon in Nashville.
Yep.
If there's one thing the ancient Greeks loved, it's country music.
Bob and Tom in the morning and highlights all day long.
The Bob and Tom Show, weekday mornings at 6 a.m. Eastern on Bob and Tom 24/7.
This is Bob and Tom 24/7.
Hey, Jerry.
Yeah, Dino?
Knock, knock.
Who's there?
Amore.
Amore who?
Amore do it. Amore like it. Speaking of amore, this one's called the Backseat Bop. I'm driving along, singing a song. Life can be such a delight.
You know it.
8:15. Don't want to be late. I'm gonna get lucky tonight.
Oh, Romeo.
Oh, I don't need no apartment, and I don't need no motel. 'Cause I've got a car with a big back seat, and all the ladies think it's swell.
You devil.
They all know my name down in Lover's Lane, 'cause I make it a regular stop. Pretty soon me and my baby will be doing the backseat bop.
That a boy, Dino. Give her the old horizontal Heimlich maneuver.
Now here's a history lesson, Pally. Old Henry Ford, one day he was bored, so he built the Model T coupe.
That's right. He filled it with gas and picked up a lass who he had been trying to stoop.
Well, he pulled that buggy over and he flashed a wicked grin.
Then they hopped into the back seat and he took her for a spin.
Everybody knows that the Pinto blows and the Edsel was a flop. But we'd like to thank you, Mr. Ford,
for inventing the backseat bop. Hey, Dean, what if there's another couple in the front seat?
Keep going, Pally. It's called parallel porking.
I was having a bite at a diner last night when I felt the need for romance. I was horny as hell. Everybody could tell from the bulge that I had in my pants.
No big deal.
So I went cruising downtown, but the girls just told me no. So I thought that I would try my luck at the drive-in picture show. I found a place to park, and when it got dark, I was arrested by a cop. 'Cause he found me there all by myself. I was doing...
Talk about your carjacking.
I was doing...
Oh, solo meal.
I was doing the backseat bop.
Hey, Jerry, speaking of cars, knock, knock.
Who's there?
GM.
GM who?
GM, glad these aren't bucket seats in the back.
Why do you need more leg room?
9:47 at Q95. It's the Bob and Tom Show.
Coming up, special edition of the Bob and Tom Show, Sunday, 104th running of the Indy 500. We'll be here on Q95 starting at 11 o'clock. So it's going to be an unusual race. It will be televised, of course, locally, as it happens for the first time in a very long time. And Marco Andretti sitting on the pole. So some pretty cool stuff coming up. This Sunday, a very unusual edition of the Indy 500, but it's going to happen, which is the good news.
Yeah.
And we'll be doing a special tribute that day. Welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. Thanks very much for joining us. Let's see now what's going on here. We have Christy Lee in the Navy Federal Credit Union newsroom, Josh Arnold in the IHateStevenSinger.com sidekick chair.
That's right.
Rich Chick, there's Ace. I'm Tom. That's Pat Godwin over there. Willie G over there that I mentioned that. And the lovely Jessica Alsman. We're all here, present and accounted for. And Christy, I think we're going to have to get right to history.
You got it.
We got a lot we got to get to.
Time now for Today in History.
Well, no, do you want to do
it.
We did already cover a little bit of baseball history today.
Eddie Goodell.
We're talking base.
Okay. Do you want to do the birthdays? We got, of course, probably the most famous, maybe not, most famous Orville of all time.
Redenbacher?
Yeah.
Orville Redenbacher.
Orville Wright.
Orville Wright.
That's why it's National Aviation Day. It's in honor of his birthday.
1871.
I thought Wilbur really did everything.
And those guys were both.
The sister.
Those guys were incredibly brave. If you see I love the shots of the early planes and they're wearing a coat and tie.
Well, how else would you fly an aeroplane?
Kill Devil Hill. And yeah, those things when they crashed. Yikes. No helmets or anything else. Wow. Anyway, happy birthday. This is for you, Christy.
Yeah.
Coco Chanel.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
She stinks.
Is that her? Is she the CC?
Yes.
The old CC?
Yeah.
That's her.
That's her logo. Yeah.
Okay.
And much like Lou Bega, hit it with number 5. Really found her. Really found
Chanel
her
number
stride,
5, the perfume. Yeah.
Chanel number 2. Yikes.
Oh boy, yeah, that was no good.
Yeah, the beta testing for that one.
Yeah. Could have been lucky your name wasn't like Susie Simpson. No one wants like SS.
Wow, that I had no idea that was a little Nazi
What was
for
the
you there.
noise of that laugh you just
A
made?
little Nazi something.
I just very happy with this.
New from SS, it's Blitzkrieg.
You will smell good. Hilarious.
I'm sorry. Let's see now. Oh, here we go. This one's for Josh. Gene Roddenberry.
Oh, yeah.
1921.
And more for Alsman. She's the big Star Trek fan. I do enjoy it.
Sadly, he has beamed up to the great big.
Oh yes, yeah.
They shot his ashes into space, and he got to orbit the Earth for a few years.
Yeah, pretty cool.
That is cool.
And way ahead in terms of civil rights and race relations and entertainment. That's pretty much what's going on.
Also on this birthday day, it would be one Ginger Baker, the great drummer for Cream and Blind Faith.
Yeah.
Yesterday, we referenced the Blind Faith album cover. How did they even think that was a good idea?
I don't know. Good luck finding it now, though.
That is not a good idea.
For the right reasons. It's gone. But
wow, Ginger Baker Cream, isn't that a craft beer?
Probably.
Ginger Baker Cream. Doesn't it sound? It sounds
Cream
like
ale.
cream ale. I mean, you got your ginger.
Yep.
Yeah.
You got your baked goods, and you got your cream.
Yeah, I think Sun King does that one actually.
Okay, it sounds very good. The birthday of a guy who was on the TV last night, Bill Clinton.
Oh, it's his birthday?
It was
How old?
I am not here.
Born in 46.
Born in 46.
What is he?
You don't see
74-ish, something like that.
Okay.
I forget. I can't do the math live. And Peter Gallagher. Do you know who he is, Josh?
Yes, terrific actor.
Yeah, wasn't he on Sex and the City?
1955.
I don't remember that, but
okay.
Super handsome guy.
Yeah, really
serious
good-looking man.
eyebrows.
He's in American Beauty as the
the
guy that she cheats with.
He's the governor. What do they call his nickname?
They call me the what is it?
Senator, the governor.
Something like that.
He's the guy.
Mr. D.
The king. I think it might be the king.
He sat down at a bar in Vegas next to me.
Oh,
no kidding.
Nice.
Did you say hello?
Yeah. We talked about the OC.
Okay, very good. And that's pretty much it for now.
Time now for things we learned on the Bob and Tom Show, brought to you by Grainger. Delivering the products that keep your facility running is what Grainger does best. They've been doing it for 90 years. Visit Grainger.com for whatever you need, whenever you need it. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
1692, 5 people hanged in the Salem witch trials.
Yeah. Boy, oh boy.
Mr. Comedy is what they call him.
Yeah, that's what they call him.
You can watch that on Witch Talk. It's a new app.
Witch Talk. Witch Talk.
He said it and then laughing like a lunatic.
It's Witch Talk.
Where he is, he's killing.
Let's see. We're working on the new Our Founder poster with me looking.
Good Lord.
Windbag versus Blowhard. Oh, the controversy's starting.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. There are counter charges in this.
But what a well-written...
Yes. We'll have to read it again tomorrow. Naked water skier. We had a letter from Wisconsin about a naked water skier. And, of course, the most famous one, the Russian Taras Sakov.
That's right.
Yes.
It was the naked water skier.
Naked barefoot water skier.
Barefoot naked water skier.
There's no protection whatsoever.
Taurus.
And let's see. There's apparently marijuana vending machines. I think the kids are all using them. That's what I think. Took all my quarters. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
This is the Bob and Tom Show. Check out the Bob and Tom Show app and let your voice be heard. Our contact info is right there.